Welcome back to Sunday Night with Old Time Radio. We have for you tonight Meet Me in St. Louis. This is from the Lux Radio Theater. Followed by a little music from Herbalac. There's comedy with You Bet Your Life. We follow with The Ghost Zone, brought to you by the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation. And then we have Dam Busters, Episode 4. But first, we bring you...
Another 5-minute mystery.
I tell you, Janice, it's got to be slick.
No, it won't work, Roger. It's too uncertain.
But there's nothing to go wrong. Now listen. Those custom boys are used to naive, stupid smuggling. We've got to be smart, that's all.
And you think your idea is?
Look, Janice, why isn't it? We get on the boat. We're strangers. We never speak to each other. No one on the boat can connect us in any way. Now, I get off first, and right away I have my trunk and bags examined. By the time I'm through, you're off and you're waiting. Then...
Yes, but that timing. How can I be sure there won't be a lot of people under letter G and only me at K?
For heaven's sake, Janice, you can stall somehow. We'll be near enough to each other to see how things are going.
Okay.
Then I pick up my 3 bags and walk over toward you. I'm clumsy and I don't see where I'm going. I bump into you, and as I do, you drop my wallet. I pick it up.
With your hands full of bags, I suppose.
Well, maybe you pick it up. We don't have to rehearse a scene like that. If anyone thinks he sees you drop it, my initials and identification will prove it's mine, especially as I've just been through the customs. It'll look as if I had it in my hand.
Sounds good, Roger.
Good, it's perfect. Why, with the diamond market the way it is, we'll clean up in America, honey.
Roger, if this works, you're a genius.
That all you want to declare, Mr. Griswold?
That's all.
You're clear then, Mr. Griswold. Guess you're glad to be home.
I certainly am. More than you can guess.
Yeah, it must be pretty tough in Lisbon, even for Americans. Oh, can you manage that packing by yourself?
Oh, yes, thanks. I must be clumsy about this now. There's Janice, good girl. She's just arrived. Fine. Well, here we go.
Oh!
I beg your pardon.
Well, why don't you look where you're going? Oh, just a minute. I think you dropped this wallet.
What? Oh, yes. I guess I did. Oh, thanks very much.
Wait a minute there. He didn't drop that, miss. You did.
Oh, no, you're mistaken. That isn't my wallet.
Well, indeed it isn't.
I saw you drop it, miss. Say, what's going on here?
Oh, nothing's going on. This gentleman ran into me and dropped his wallet, and I picked it up, and that's all.
How do you know it's his wallet?
Because his initials are on it.
Oh, they are they? What are your names?
Janice Kite.
I'm Roger Griswold, but I don't
Well,
see...
Janice Kite and Roger Griswold, you're both under arrest for smuggling. How did the customs official discover their trick? In just a minute, we'll hear. First, a word from our sponsor. And now, back to our story.
Look here, you can't arrest me for smuggling.
Well, you remember I asked you, Miss Kite, how you knew it was his wallet that had dropped.
Yes.
You said you knew it was his because his initials were on it.
Well, aren't they?
Yes, his initials are there, all right, but on the inside. And when the wallet dropped to the floor, it didn't fall open, so you couldn't have seen them. Therefore, I knew you had previous knowledge of them. Yes, you two had a nice little package of 15 diamonds in that wallet. And now, how about a free ride to the station house?
the Lux Radio Theater, starring Judy Garland, Margaret O'Brien, and Tom Drake in Meet Me in St. Louis. Ladies and gentlemen, your producer, Mr. William Keeley.
Greetings from Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. To the student of history, popular song can often be a guide to the customs and manners of their time. And the theme song of tonight's play, Meet Me in St. Louis, from the studios of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, is a clue to the great American vogue of 1904, the World's Fair in Missouri. 10 million people attended it, but twice as many people in our listening audience will be going there tonight with three of Hollywood's most charming stars. The ever-popular Judy Garland, lovable Margaret O'Brien, and talented Tom Drake. They take you back to an era of nostalgic charm and a warm and haunting story of romance.
In the year 1903, there lived in the city of St. Louis a family named Smith. There were Mr. and Mrs. Alonzo Smith and Grandpa Smith. There were also two daughters and a son, Rose, Esther, and Lonnie. Oh, yes, and another daughter, Tootie, aged 8, who at this moment perches next to Mr. Costello on Mr. Costello's ice wagon.
My goodness, Tootie, at 5 o'clock. Giddy up, Beatrice. Oh, how's your doll feeling now, Tootie? Any better?
Oh, no. Poor Margaretha. I've never seen her look so pale.
Probably the heat. Been an awful hot day.
I doubt very much whether Margaretha will live through the night. She has 4 fatal diseases.
As a rule, only takes one.
She's going to have a beautiful funeral. And a cigar box my papa gave me, all wrapped up in silver paper.
That's the way to go if you got to go.
Oh, she's got to go. How's Beatrice feeling?
Oh, Beatrice don't mind the heat. Why, she's the strongest horse in St. Louis.
Excuse me, Mr. Costello, but it's pronounced St. Louis.
That's funny. Now take that there new song. Meet me in St. Louis, Louis, meet me.
Oh, well, that's different. We sing that song all the time in our house. My sister Esther, and my sister Rose, and Grandpa, and everybody.
Well, St. Louis, it's still a grand old town.
It's not a town, Mr. Costello. It's a city. And it's the only city that's going to have a World's Fair. Gosh, wasn't I lucky to be born in my favorite city?
You sure were, honey. So was I, and so was Beatrice. That right, Beatrice? Come on, gal. Get up.
Me in St. Louis, Louis, meet me at the fair. Don't tell me the lights are shining any place but there. We will dance the hoochie coochie. You will be my tootsie wootsie if you will meet me in St. Louis, Louis, meet me at the fair. Come on, Rose, and sing. Meet me in St. Louis, Louis, meet me at the fair. Don't tell me the lights are shining any place. Oh, hello, Papa. Did you just come home, Papa?
The fair won't open for months, but that's all everybody talks about or sings about. I wish everybody would meet me at the fair and leave me alone. Where's Mama?
Here I am, dear. Well, did you have a nice day, Alonzo?
I had a terrible day, Anna. I lost the case.
Oh, dear. Well, Papa, if losing a case depresses you so, why don't you give up law and go into some other business?
All right, I will. Beginning tomorrow, I intend to play first base for the Baltimore Orioles.
Now, dear, you will feel lots better as soon as you've had your dinner.
Right now, I'm going to soak in a cool bath for 1 solid hour.
Oh, but that's impossible. Katie's serving dinner in 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Alonzo, we planned on eating an hour earlier tonight.
The plans have just been changed. I'm taking a bath.
Oh, Rose, dear, I'm so sorry.
I've told you, it's nothing to upset the entire household about.
Warren Sheffield, a Yale man, is going to telephone you at 6:30 long distance, and you say it's nothing to upset the household about.
Oh, I wish everyone would just forget about it.
Rose, you know as well as I do that the telephone is in the dining room, and you certainly don't want the whole family sitting there drinking in every word when a man proposes long distance.
I don't see why you assume that Warren is going to propose to me.
He's calling from New York. Do you know what that costs?
I think that's just about enough of this. Now, where's Tootie?
Delivering ice with Mr. Costello.
No, she came back a few minutes ago. She's in the backyard burying her doll. Well, call her in and see that she gets washed. And Lonnie! Now, don't worry, Rose, dear. I'm sure everything will work out.
It's 6:30 and Papa isn't down yet.
He will be any second. Tootie, Grandpa! Lonnie, come on in, dinner.
Has he telephoned yet, Rose?
Grandpa, I'm not in the least concerned whether Mr. Sheffield calls or not.
The Queen has spoken.
I suppose Warren's too young, huh? Every fellow I introduce her to is too young.
Now, listen, please. Your father will be right down. And if we eat dinner quickly, we may be finished by the time...
Now I remember where I left my other roller skate. On the staircase.
I hope I haven't held you up. I was just taking a little ride before dinner. Tootie, is this your roller skate?
Yes, Papa. Thank you.
You're welcome. And remind me to spank you after dinner.
Yes, Papa.
Lord, we thank thee for the bountiful blessings which we are about to receive. Amen. Ah, soup.
Don't blame me if it's cold, Mr. Smith. So's the corned beef.
Ah, Katie. No, it's fine. Delicious. Well, what's the matter with everybody? Eat your soup.
I'll get it.
Oh, Rose, let me get it.
Telephone.
What are you all jumping for? Sit still. I'll answer it.
I'll simply die.
Hello. What? New York? No, I'm not calling New York. What? Hello? Anna, I'm going to have that instrument of torture ripped out of this house.
Lonzo, every telephone call is not for you, dear.
That one wasn't. New York.
Rose is crying.
Well, what's the matter with you?
Oh, it's nothing, Papa. It's just that you ruined Rose's chances to get married, that's all.
What did you say?
That was Warren Sheffield calling long distance to propose.
Oh, I see. Tootie, did you know there was a long-distance call coming to this house?
You know what, Papa? The Iceman saw a drunkard get shot yesterday, and the blood spurted out 3 feet.
Answer yes or no.
Yes.
Lon, you knew about it?
Yes, sir.
Grandpa? Anna? Well, Anna, I'm curious. Just when was I voted out of this family?
Oh, Alonzo, really now.
My eldest daughter is practically on her honeymoon, and everybody in St. Louis knows about it but me. Well, from now on, I'll handle all telephone calls that come to this house.
But, Papa!
Nobody answers the phone but me.
But I.
Thank you. Rose, answer the telephone.
Thank you, Papa. Hello? Yes. Well, we'll put him on. Warren? Why, hello, Warren. How are you?
Hello, Rose. I'm fine, Rose. How's St. Louis?
Oh, what did you say?
I said, how's St. Louis?
Oh, it's fine. Fine.
Is it hot there?
Yes, it's very hot.
Oh, for goodness sake.
What?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you fine.
Well...
What did you say, Warren?
Nothing. I was waiting for you to say something.
Oh.
I can't hear you, Rose.
That's funny. I can hear you plainly.
Rose, I hope you won't misunderstand what I'm going to tell you.
Yes?
Well, I don't think you should mention this call to your family.
Why not?
Well, because there'd be H to pay if my family ever found out I called you long distance.
He said there'd be H.
My family's here and they don't think anything of it. Well, I'd better not waste any more of your time or money.
Rose, I've still got 35 seconds.
I have an engagement. I think I can hear Joe's voice now.
Oh, hello, Joe. Come on in.
I'll sit down and write to you as soon as I hang up.
Well, that'll be very nice. Goodbye, Warren.
Well, that's the darndest proposal I ever heard.
Oh, now,
I don't know what to do with it.
Well, I'll bet there isn't another girl in St. Louis who's had a Yale man call her long distance just to inquire about her health.
If you don't mind, I'd like to be excused.
Rose, now, honey,
Now,
you...
let her alone, Alonzo. Esther, dear, sit down.
Yes, Mama.
A Yale man, eh, Lonnie?
Yes, Papa?
That settles it. You're going to Princeton.
Oh, it's nice just sitting on the front porch, isn't it, Rose?
I just love a summer night. Esther, wasn't that silly of me running away from the dinner table?
Oh, Rose, I wish I had your savoir-faire.
Esther, look. Next door, our new neighbor.
John Troy?
Yes, on the lawn. Now, be perfectly calm. We can talk a little louder, but for goodness sakes, don't let on that we see him. Ready?
Yes. Let's get a little closer to the railing.
Isn't it a gorgeous night, Esther, dear? Oh, heavenly, Rose, just heavenly.
He smokes a pipe. I understand they're having a fashion pavilion at the fair. Isn't that exciting?
I shan't be at all surprised if Joe insists on taking me to the fair every single night. Joe's so overpowering.
Oh,
huh?
Well, look, he just turned around and walked back into his house.
Oh. Not very neighborly, I must say.
Well, he's only lived here 2 weeks. You can't expect him to fling himself at you.
Well, how am I going to meet him?
I know. I'll get George Briggs to bring him over here to Lon's going-away party.
Oh, Rose, could you?
Of course. Let me get some stationery. We can write the invitations right now.
Wait.
He didn't even notice me. What if he can't come to our party? What if he's got a girl? The moment I saw him smile, I knew he was just my style. My only regret is we've never met, though I dream of him all the while. But he doesn't know I exist. No matter how I may persist, so it's clear to see there's no hope for me, though I live at 5135 Kensington Avenue, and he lives at 5133. How can I ignore the boy next door? I love him more than I can say. Doesn't try to please me, doesn't even tease me, and he never sees me glance his way. And though I'm heartsore, the boy next door, affection for me won't display. I just adore him, so I can't ignore him. The boy next
My dear Mr. Truitt, you are cordially invited to a party on Saturday next in honor of our brother, Alonzo Smith, Jr., who is leaving for Princeton. Hoping you will honor us, I am cordially yours, Rose Smith. How's that, F?
Well, it's pretty formal, but I guess we better be pretty formal to start with.
Here, John Truitt. He just came in. Well, come on downstairs.
What did he say?
Nothing concrete, but his voice is wonderful.
Rose, I've decided something.
What?
I'm going to let John Truitt kiss me tonight.
Esther Alicia Smith!
Well, if we're going to get married, I might as well start it.
Nice girls don't let men kiss them until after they're engaged. Men don't want the bloom rubbed off.
Personally, I think I have too much bloom.
Oh?
Maybe that's the trouble with me. Oh, well.
I think Princeton's all right, John, huh?
Oh, Princeton's a peach of a school. A peach of a school.
Well, that's where I'm going. Oh, Esther.
Yes, Alonzo.
May I present our neighbor, John Truitt?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't quite catch the name.
John Truitt.
Oh, well, welcome to our house, Mr. Truitt.
Well, thank you. You know, this is the first party I've been invited to since we moved to St. Louis.
Oh, do you live here?
Well, of course he lives here, right next door.
Oh, well, that's where I've seen you. I thought you looked familiar.
If this dance isn't taken, Miss Smith, I'd be very honored.
Well, I'm terribly sorry, but... Oh, well, since you're our next-door neighbor.
Thank you.
Now, what in the heck's got into her?
Esther?
Yes, Mr. Truitt.
There's a mouse in the house. Look, on the hall stairs.
Why, Tootie, why aren't you asleep?
There was too much noise down here.
Noise? Well, we've been dancing and singing.
I want to sing, too.
Well, all right. Come on, just one song. You know, Tootie sings really quite well for a child. What would you like to sing, dear? Baby's Boat or Silver Moon?
Oh, I hate those songs. I want to sing a new one. I was last night, dear mother.
Well, you can't sing that. Oh, do let her. She's such a sweet little thing.
Sweet. She's a hoodlum.
Come on, let's do this. Well, all right, Tootie, go ahead.
I was drunk last night, dear mother. I was drunk the night before. But if you'll forgive me, mother, I'll never get drunk anymore.
Oh, you're a very bad little girl. It's really Lon's fault, Mr. Truitt. He teaches her those things. Now, Tootie, you scoot right up to bed this instant. Rose, oh, Rose, dear, might we have some dance music, please? Good night. Good night, everybody.
It looks like I'm the last one leaving. Well, good night, Miss Esther.
Good night.
Bonsoir, Monsieur Treat. Coming up, eh? Don't forget your beauty sleeve.
Presently, Rose, dear.
Well, I guess I better get going.
Well, we'll be seeing some more of you, won't we?
Oh, you bet.
You'll be joining the crowd Friday. We're all taking the trolley out to the fairgrounds. We want to see what progress they're making.
Oh, sure. Well, good night.
Good night.
Oh, that Welch rabbit was Ginger Peachy.
Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, Mr. Truitt.
Yes, Miss Esther?
This is an untoward request, but would you mind accompanying me through the house while I turn out the lights?
Well,
It's just that I'm afraid of mice.
Oh, sure. That's the least a man can do for his charming hostess.
Those two lights in the hall, and then we'll be finished. Oh, if you can't see, just take my hand, Mr. Truitt.
Well, thanks.
This way.
Say, that's nice perfume.
Do you like it? It's essence of violet.
Exactly the kind my grandmother uses.
No, this is different. Well, here's the hall.
Hadn't we better leave those lights for your folks?
I'll just turn them down dim. There. My, it's certainly dark in here with the lights off.
Gosh, Miss Esther, I hope I'm not too presumptuous, but you don't need any beauty sleep.
Oh, what a nice thing to say.
How does it go?
How does what go?
That song, you remind me of it. The way you are now, leaning over the banister. Over the banister leans a face, tenderly sweet and
beguiling, while below her with tender grace he watches the picture, smiling. A light burns dim in the hall below. Nobody sees them standing, saying good night again, soft and low. Halfway up to the landing, nobody, only those eyes of brown, tender and full of meaning, gaze on the loveliest face in town. Over the banister leaning.
Oh, gosh, that was beautiful, Miss Esther.
You can drop the miss.
This has been a great evening. I'll never forget it.
Do you mean that?
Yes, I do.
Do you always shake hands with a girl when you say goodnight?
Oh, no, sir. Only when I think an awful lot of her.
Oh.
And you know something else, Esther?
What?
You've got a mighty strong grip for a girl. Well, good night, Esther.
Good night, neighbor.
Friday's come, and with it, the trolley ride to the fairgrounds. Now take a trolley, fill it with boys and girls, and sooner or later, somebody's singing. In this instance, it's Miss Esther Smith, who finds ample reason to sing, for sitting next to her, thoroughly smitten, is the boy next door, John Truitt.
With my high starch collar and my high top shoes and my hair piled high up on my head, I went to lose a jolly hour on the trolley and lost my heart instead. With his light brown derby and his bright green tie, he was quite the handsomest man. I started to yell, so I counted to 10, then I counted to 10 again. Clang went the trolley, ding, ding, ding went the bell, ding, ding, zing went my heartstrings. From the moment I saw him, I fell. Chuck, chuck, chuck went the motor, bump, bump, bump went the brake, thump, thump, thump went my heartstrings. When he smiled, I could feel the car shake. I tipped his hat and took a seat. He said he hoped he hadn't stepped upon my feet. He asked my name, I held my breath. I couldn't speak because he scared me half to death. Buzz, buzz, buzz went the buzzer. Plop, plop, plop went the wheels. Stop, stop, stop went my heartstrings. As he started to go, then I started to know how it feels when the universe reels. The day was bright, the air was green. The yellow valley had the wonder of her feet. He tried to sing, but couldn't breathe. In fact, he loved her something good and gave her peace. Buzz, buzz, buzz went the buzzer. Pop, pop, pop went the wheels. Stop, stop, stop went my heartstrings. As he started to leave, I took hold of his sleeve with my hand. And he thinks it were planned. He stayed on with me, and it was grand just to stand with his hand holding mine to the end of the line.
It's a few weeks later now, Halloween. And at the Smith home, disguised in sagging pants, a long red nose, and bristling mustaches, Miss Tootie Smith is about to brave the thrills and terrors of this ghost-ridden night.
And wait till you see what I do to Mr. Brookoff. Do you know what Mr. Brookoff does, Esther?
Minds his own business as far as I know.
He buys meat and poison. Then he puts it all together and kills cats. Thousands of cats. And when he's not killing cats, he beats his wife with a red-hot poker.
My goodness.
Glenny Travis told me.
You going out with Glenny and the rest of those ragamuffins?
They're all down at the corner. They got a big red bonfire. That's so the banishes will know where to come. And I'm going to go and...
Oh, dear.
Oh, don't be afraid, Mommy. It's only me.
Oh, why, I thought some horrible ghost had come into our house.
Oh, I'm horrible, all right. I was murdered last week in a den of thieves.
Well, here it is, Tootie. Here's your flower.
Thank you, Grandpa.
You wouldn't catch me out on a night like this for $1 million.
Why not?
Too many terrible spirits roaming around.
Grandpa.
Oh, go on, Tootie. It's Halloween.
I just hope I get back to my bed and board all right.
If you wet the flower before you throw it, it's harder for the victim to get it off.
Well, goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
Wait, I'm going my face already. All right, everybody, I guess we're all ready to go.
Oh, Mrs. Wilkins said she'd leave her hammock on the front porch. But the children, please bring it back after they're through stealing it.
Maybe we will and maybe we won't. Anyway, you ain't coming.
Well, why not?
'Cause you're too little.
Judy. Hey, so who's going to take the Brokoff's house?
Not me. It's too scary there. Even for Halloween. Mr. Bronkoff's got a great big beard. A great big bulldog.
And he poisons cats and beats and
Oh, Tootie, why don't you go home? Somebody's got to take the Brokoffs.
I'll take him. I'll take the Brokoff.
Oh, boy, that I don't let Tootie take him. Oh, Tootie, go on home till you grow up.
I won't go home. I'm going to take the Brokoff. I'll torture him good and pull their roof down.
Well, you got some flour?
Yes.
Just remember, if you don't hit Mr. Brokoff in the face with a flower and say, I hate you, the Banshees will haunt you forever.
They will?
Well, what did you think?
Well, here I go.
Come back when your mission is over. We're meeting here around the fire.
Oh, Lordy, I wish Esther was here. I can't do it. I can't. I'm too scared.
Well, what do you want? Don't try to run away.
Yes, sir.
Did you ring my bell, Ghost?
Yes, sir.
Well, go on. Throw the flour on me.
All right.
Some more. On my beard.
Yes, sir.
Now say it. Say it.
I hate you, Mr. Brokoff.
That's fine, Judy. Good night, dear.
I'm the most horrible of everybody.
That's you, Tootie. I'm coming. Well, did you have enough? But Glennie.
Esther, you better come quick. Something's happened to Tootie.
What are you talking about?
Down by the trolley. She got hurt, Esther. She's bleeding like anything.
Oh!
Esther, did you get Pop on the telephone?
No, Mama. They said he just left.
It's Tootie's lip, Mama. It's all cut. Oh, good heavens.
And a tooth knocked out.
Katie, another compress there, darling. There, everything's going to be fine.
He tried to kill me.
Tootie! She must mean the streetcar. I think it hit her.
It wasn't the streetcar. It was John Truitt.
John
Truitt? He was going to kill me. That's how I got hurt. But when I screamed, he ran away.
Tootie Smith, that's a monstrous falsehood.
Wait a minute. Tootie, honey, what's that in your hand? Come on, let Grandpa see.
Why, it's some strands of hair.
Yes, and I don't think it's Tootie's.
I pulled it out of his head. He tried to kill me.
Brown hair. John Truitt has brown hair. Excuse me.
Oh, hello, Esther. Come in.
John Truitt?
Yes? Hey, now wait a minute.
I've come here to ask you something.
Hey, wait a minute.
Really? What do you mean by hitting a little 7-year-old child?
Esther, cut it out.
Well, next time you want to pick on somebody your own size.
Esther.
If there's anything I hate and loathe, despise, and abominate, it's a bully.
I want to sleep in Esther's bed, Mama.
Of course you may, darling. Oh, I hate to think what your father's going to say when he hears about this. He may even strike that Truitt boy.
He won't have to, Mama. I just took care of him.
I was drunk last night, dear Mother. I was drunk the night before.
Esther, your dress, it's torn.
It must have happened when I was trying to hold him off. I bit him.
I bit him, too.
Did you, Tootie? That's not what Tommy Berkheimer says. I've just been talking to him.
Did the trolley go off the tracks, Grandpa?
No, but the cable came off and the motorman put on the brakes too fast. At least that's what Tommy tells me.
What are you talking about?
It seems the kids had found an old suit of clothes, so they stuffed it with straw, and somebody put it on the trolley tracks.
We thought the car'd go off the tracks.
Tootie Smith, why, you're nothing less than a murderess. You might have killed dozens of people.
Oh, Rose, you're so stuck up.
Tootie, how did you get that lip?
How?
Because John Truitt butted in. He dragged me up an alley so the policeman wouldn't get me. Huh. As though policemen never pay attention to girls. but I pulled his hair and got away. Then I fell down and cut my lip.
Oh, what I'm going to do to you.
Yes, let her alone.
Well, what's so funny, Rose? I don't see anything so funny.
Judy, really, you're the most deceitful, sinful little creature I've ever seen. And for 2 cents...
Merciful heavens. John.
Oh, no, Esther, not again, please.
John, there's been a terrible mistake.
There has?
Oh, yes, you see, Did I do that?
Black eyes, and this, and this, and this.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, that's all right. How's Tootie?
Oh, she'll live. John, it's awfully nice of you to accept my apology.
Well, if you're not busy tomorrow night, could you beat me up again?
Well, I guess I'd better be getting home.
Oh, before you go, would you mind helping me turn out the lights? I'm afraid of mice.
It looks like most of the lights are out.
Wouldn't take a minute to turn them on again.
Well, wouldn't that be kind of wasting a minute?
Yeah, I guess it would, Esther.
You know, you've got a mighty strong grip for a boy.
Sitting again, Tootie. I'll give you something. Oh, Esther, dear, I hope you... Why, Esther, is there anything wrong with you?
Yes, Mama.
Roses are red and John's name is Truett. Esther's in love and we always knew it.
Tootie and I just made it up.
Oh, Mama, can't you make Tootie and Grandpa stop?
We'd make one up for you, too, Rose, except we can't find anything to rhyme with Warren.
This where the Smith family lives?
Oh, Alonzo, I didn't hear you. Come in.
Help, Papa. I almost got killed. We stopped the trolley and I lost my tooth. And Esther bit John Truett.
And Tootie fell, dear, and cut her lip. She's fine.
Oh, that's a brave little girl, Tootie. Oh, Anna, for you.
Why, Alonzo, what a lovely box of candy. Is anything wrong?
So you think I've been up to something? Well, I have. Anna, the firm is sending me to New York.
Well, that's lovely, dear. Just as long as you'll be home for Thanksgiving.
No, you don't understand. I'm to head the office there. We're moving to New York.
Moving to New York?
I don't believe it. I simply don't believe it.
Why, Anna, I thought you'd be overjoyed.
Why, New York is a big city. Not that St. Louis isn't big, but... Well, what will the children do?
The same as they do here. Go to school, play, have their friends over.
What friends, Alonzo?
Yes, what friend?
The friends they'll meet in New York.
And Tootie just ready to be promoted. And Esther a senior.
I've worked all my life to be a senior.
And Rose in the Conservatory of Music.
Yes, what about me in my life?
You can take that with you. Now, it's settled. We're going.
Well, I must say you're being very cold-blooded, packing us off lock, stock, and barrel.
I've got our future to think about. I've got to worry about where the money's coming from, with Lon in Princeton and Rose in music school.
Money. I hate, loathe, despise, and abominate money.
You also spend it.
And what about Katie? And Grandpa? And the chickens? Not that we have many left.
That's a minor detail we can discuss later.
So I'm a minor detail, am I?
You know very well, Papa, I was talking about the chicken.
Never mind what happens to your family, as long as the chickens are provided.
No. I guess we're all a little excited. We'll talk this over calmly tomorrow. Well, what's this? Hickory nut cake, as only Kate can make it.
We had some Halloween ice cream, but it's all gone, Alonzo. I'm sorry.
I can't go to New York. I simply can't.
I'm taking my cat. Winona goes wherever I go.
Well, you keep her cooped up in a tenement.
Good evening, Katie.
Couldn't help overhearing.
Don't they have houses in New York?
Rich people have houses. People like us live in flats. Thousands of people in one building. And what about the World's Fair?
Yes, just when St. Louis was going to be the center of attraction of the entire universe.
Katie, this cake is as light as a feather.
You can bake anything in our stove. They got little box stoves in them tenements.
Pass your plates, everybody. Have some cake.
Thanks. I guess I got some things to do. Excuse me.
Are you going up too, Grandpa? I guess I'll help Katie with the ice cream dishes, Mama.
Me too. As long as we're moving, it won't matter if I break some.
Well, aren't you afraid, Anna? Alone in this room with a criminal? That's what I'm being treated like.
Now, it's not as bad as that, dear. If you think it's best to move to New York, why, that's what we'll do. Eat your cake, Alonzo.
It's good to hear you play, Anna. My, that's a nice song. Remember when I used to sing it? Through the years of dark and fair weather,
That's just lovely. Tootie and I, well, I guess we'll have some cake after all.
I want the piece with the rose petals.
Mighty nice song. Mighty nice. Rose and I, well, there's nothing like good music and a piece of hickory cake.
No, sir.
You and
You know, I'll bet New York is going to be just fine.
It's the day before Christmas, a week before the Smith family moves to New York, and 5 hours before the annual Christmas ball at the Women's Club. And Alonzo Smith, Jr., home from Princeton for the holidays, has a problem.
Oh, Lonnie, you needn't be so grouchy just because Lucille Ballard doesn't think you're good enough to take her to the dance tonight.
A girl has a right to go to a dance with anyone she wants. I just didn't ask her soon enough.
Everyone knows Miss Ballard is just an Eastern snob.
And I'll thank you, Rose, to keep Miss Ballard's name out of this. You're in a fine mood yourself, all because Warren Sheffield asked her instead of you.
That's not true. Rose could have had any man she wanted.
Except Warren Sheffield.
Everyone knows that Lucille Ballard is just throwing herself at Warren because of his father's money.
Now, that's what I call real Christmas spirit. Lonnie, you and Rose have spent this whole vacation at each other's throats.
Now, just a minute, Katie.
Didn't it ever occur to you that you might take your sister to the dance?
What? My own brother? I'd be the laughing stock of St. Louis.
Well, thank you.
Katie's absolutely right. Oh, Lon, it's our last dance in St. Louis, and it'd be tragic if either of you missed it.
It's all right for you to talk. You have a date, a real one.
Rose, if I didn't have a date with John Truitt, which I have, I'd be thrilled to go with my own brother.
Well, I'd be willing, Rose. I mean, I'd be glad to.
You would?
Well, I was going to ask you anyway, but
Well, you two are going to have the best time of anybody. You won't even have to be polite to each other.
Now, hurry, it's 7:30. Oh, as you look grand, simply grand. Of course, it makes you figure just elegant.
I feel elegant, but I can't breathe.
We have to start one sometime. And if we're going to wreck Lucille Ballard's evening, we definitely need every ounce of allure.
Oh, Rose, don't you think I could be alluring without a corset?
No, Esther, I don't. After all, you're competing with an Eastern girl. We'll have to monopolize all the worthwhile men.
Well, there are only going to be about 20 boys worth looking at, and we can certainly handle 20 men.
But what about John Truitt?
Oh, I'll devote myself to John, but in between times I'm going to make my presence felt amongst the others. Yes, what is it, Tootie?
Somebody at the back door to see you.
Who?
Gosh, do you look funny? Rose, could I please wear a corset, too?
Oh, Tootie. Who's at the back door?
Somebody that looks like John Truitt.
Oh, Rose, give me my kimono. I wonder what he could want.
What are you giving me for Christmas, Rose?
You'll find out tomorrow.
I certainly hope it's a hunting knife. Nothing I need worse than a good hunting knife.
Why, John. Well, come on in.
Yes. I've some bad news. My tuxedo.
What about it?
It's at the tailor's. You see, I was playing basketball, and when I got there, it was closed.
Well, can't you borrow one?
I've tried, but everybody who's got one is going to the ball.
Well, find the tailor and have him open the shop. What about your father's?
Well, that was my father's.
Then find the tailor and make him open the shop.
Well, I know his name is Johnson, but I don't know where he lives.
Oh, well, this is simply ghastly.
Oh, yes, I wouldn't blame you if you never spoke to me again.
Oh, you didn't do it on purpose.
Well, I guess there's nothing else I can say. Unless you want to do something else tonight.
No, I'll just stay home and do some packing. You know, we're leaving St. Louis in a few days.
I know. And this is a fine going-away present I'm giving you. I'll bet you really hate me.
Oh, no, John, I don't hate you. I just hate basketball. I wish I were dead, that's all.
I know it's simply awful, Esther, but there's only one thing to do. Lon will have to take the both of us.
You don't think I'm going to the smartest ball of the season with my own brother, do you?
Well, I like that. You wanted me to go with him.
Well, you didn't have a date.
But I can't handle 20 men alone, I admit it.
Did you ever stop to think of what people would say?
Come in.
Come in, Grandpa.
You know, the man who built this house cheated your father. The walls are thin as paper.
Oh, Grandpa.
No. Esther, it's a funny thing. I took my tuxedo out of the mothballs only yesterday. Looked pretty good, too. That suit of mine does the greatest one-step you ever saw.
Grandpa, are you
Esther, what's this Tootie says about your not going to the dance?
Who says I'm not going? Of course I'm going. With the handsomest man in town.
Madame, I'll pick you up at 8. Esther, I'm here. I made it.
John!
Oh, gosh, yes. I couldn't find Mr. Johnson until 20 minutes of 10. But he opened his shop, and, well, here I am.
Oh, John, so much has happened, and I'm so glad. And if I'm crying, it's just because everything's turned out so simply divinely, and it's Christmas almost, and
Well, what's happened?
Well, don't you see them dancing, Rose and Warren Sheffield? Miss Ballard is a simply charming girl, even if she is an Easterner. She said, we're all grown up, aren't we? And since Warren all he talks about is Rose, my goodness, why doesn't he fill out her dance card?
Well, who's Lucille dancing with?
Well, Lonnie, of course. Oh, she's terribly fond of him. It's really so obvious, and now you're here. And, oh, John, I've never been so happy in my life.
Esther, could we go outside for a minute? I want to talk to you.
Of course, John. Right.
I wouldn't have said it, Esther, if I thought it would make you cry again. Are you sure you're warm enough?
Oh, I've imagined you saying it thousands of times, and I'd always planned exactly how I'd act. I'd never planned to cry.
Well, at least you didn't laugh.
Laugh?
I guess I never asked a girl to marry me before. I guess maybe I was kind of...
Oh, John, no one could have done it more beautifully. I'm very proud.
Esther, will you? Will you, Esther?
Of course I will, John.
Oh, gosh. Do you realize I might have lost you? A few more days and you'd have been gone.
We might never have seen each other again.
And now we're engaged. Esther, let's go home and tell your folks right now.
Oh, no, not tonight. I'd rather just the two of us knew about it tonight.
No, we're not going to let them talk us out of it, are we? After all, we are of age. Well, practically.
John, even if I do go to New York, we could still work something out. Somehow. Couldn't we, John? Merry Christmas, John.
Merry Christmas, Esther.
Can I come in bed with you?
Of course, darling. Come on now, cover up.
You weren't asleep either, were you?
No, I've just been lying here thinking.
Was the dancing nice?
Wonderful.
I've been watching. The moon's so bright, but I haven't seen anything. Did he come?
Did who come?
Santa Claus.
Now, you know he's not going to come until you're asleep.
Then sing to me, Esther. Sing to me till I'm asleep.
What kind of a song, Tootie?
A Christmas song.
All right. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be
will be miles away. Once again, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore, faithful friends who were dear to us will be near to us once more. Someday soon we all will be together if the fates allow. Until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Trudy, you're still awake. I can't go to sleep. Oh, Esther, how will Santa Claus know where to find us next year? We'll be in New York.
Oh, you can't fool him. He can find anybody he wants to find.
If he brings me any toys, I'm taking them with me. I'm taking my dolls and the dead ones, too. I'm taking everything.
Of course you are. You won't have to leave anything behind. Except your snowmen, of course.
My snowmen.
We'd look pretty silly trying to get them on the train, wouldn't we?
My snowmen.
Trudy, come back.
My poor little snowmen. What is going to happen to them? Snowmen.
Trudy, darling, it's all right. It's all right, darling.
What on earth happened, Esther? What was Tootie doing in the backyard?
She just ran into the backyard, Papa, and started to smash her snowman.
Nobody's going to have my snowmen. Not if we're moving to New York.
Now, don't cry, darling. You can build other snowmen in New York.
No, you can't. You can't do anything in New York like you can in St. Louis.
You're sure she'll be all right?
Yes, Pop, you go back to bed. I'll take care of her.
Well, good night, Esther.
Good night, Papa.
Trudy, darling, New York's a wonderful place. When you see the fine home we're going to have and the friends we're going to make. But the main thing, Trudy, is that we're all going to be together. Just like we've always been. That's what really counts. We could be happy anywhere as long as we're together.
Anna, wake up. Rose, Grandpa, Lonnie. Everybody get up.
Papa.
Esther, Tootie, come on, all of you. Come on downstairs.
Oh, Papa, what's wrong?
Everything's wrong. Anna, where are you? Grandpa, come downstairs this minute. Everybody get in here and sit down.
There's nothing to sit on, dear, except packing boxes.
Then come into the dining room. I've got a few words to say to this family.
But what in the world's the matter?
Well, we are not moving to New York. And I don't want to hear a word about it. We're going to stay right here in St. Louis till we rot.
We haven't rotted yet, Alonzo.
Oh, but what will you say to the firm, Papa, to Mr. Felton?
That I've changed my mind. I'm a junior partner, not a puppet on a string. If they don't like it, well, that's just too bad.
But New York, Alonzo, you did think it was a fine opportunity, didn't you?
I was looking forward to going, yes. But after all these weeks, watching my family's hearts breaking, and then Tootie a little while ago. Well, New York hasn't got a copyright on opportunity. St. Louis is a great town. The trouble with you people is you don't appreciate it because it's right here under your noses. I'll take that. Hello!
Rose?
Do I sound like Rose?
Well, then get her to the phone. Wake her up or something.
No, just a minute, young man. Who do you think you're talking to?
Papa, please, let me take it. Hello?
Rose Smith, I haven't slept a wink since I took you home from the dance, and I won't go on like this any longer. We're going to get married, and I don't want to hear any arguments. Now, let's fight. Oh, I love you.
Why? But why?
Anna, who is that boy? Do you know?
Alonzo, he's a very fine young man. Now, we'll talk about it later.
Oh, Rose, darling, you handle the whole thing magnificently. He's just putty in your hands.
I hope you'll be very happy, Rose. And sometime, if you can arrange it, I'd like to meet that young fellow.
Papa, Mama, if Rose is going to get married, maybe we ought to open up her Christmas present.
You little faker. It's your presents you're after.
He's been here. Santa Claus.
Well, of course, in the living room.
Good heavens, it's Christmas morning. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Oh, Papa, you've given us the nicest Christmas anybody could ask for. We're staying in St. Louis.
Mr. Costello.
Morning, Tootie. Want to help me deliver ice today?
Today? Do you know what today is?
Sure do. First day of May, 1904.
It's Fair Day, Mr. Costello. Today's the day the World's Fair opens. My family's going, and Papa says we're not going to leave till they throw us out.
Is that a fact? Well, gee up, Beatrice.
But don't you worry, Mr. Costello. I'll help you deliver ice tomorrow.
Oh, John, it's 8 o'clock. We promised to meet the family for dinner at the French Pavilion.
Oh, we'll be there, Esther. I just didn't want you to miss this.
Miss what, John?
The electric lights. Look, Yes, they're turning them on.
Oh!
Here they come.
Oh, it's just breathtaking. I never dreamed anything could be so beautiful. Imagine there's never been anything like this in the whole world.
That's right, Es. Nothing like this and no one like you. Just think of all the things we'll have to tell our kids someday.
I wonder if they'll believe it, John. I can hardly believe it myself. You and a World's Fair. Right here where we live. Right here in St. Louis.
Mr. Keeley at the microphone.
Now that you've met them in St. Louis, we invite you to meet them here as they are in real life. Tonight's delightful stars, Judy Garland, Margaret O'Brien, and Tom Drake. Judy, we enjoyed both your singing and your acting.
Well, Bill, tonight's play certainly puts one in the mood for Christmas.
You know, Christmas is only 23 days away.
That's close figuring, Margaret.
And, Judy, this will be the first Christmas for the newest member of your family.
Have you brought the baby any presents yet, Judy?
Well, I haven't done much shopping yet, Margaret.
No, Judy's been pretty busy. It was just recently she finished her latest Metro Goldwyn Mayer Technicolor picture till the clouds rolled by.
Well, Margaret's been pretty busy, too. She's been appointed National Junior Chairman of the Infantile Paralysis Fund.
Just 3 weeks and 48 hours until Christmas.
And during the Christmas holidays, Margaret, you'll have to see Tom Drake's new MGM picture, Courage of Lassie.
Oh, as a matter of fact, Margaret has one of Lassie's puppies.
Is that right, Margaret?
Yes, I named him Laddie. But just only 18 shopping days until Christmas.
That's right, Margaret. And we've been doing some shopping on the play for next week.
What are you presenting next week, Bill?
2 brilliant stars who rank among our greatest favorites, Irene Dunne and Walter Pidgeon. They appeared in one of the screen's most entertaining comedies, Columbia Pictures' recent hit, Together Again. It's the fresh, delightful story of a woman torn between love and her career as a small-town mayor. A play I'm sure our audience will love.
Well, Irene Dunne and Walter Pidgeon make a great team, Mr. Keeley.
Just 23 days away.
Remember, too, the days are getting shorter, Margaret.
Gee, that
makes things even better.
Good night and best holiday wishes to you all.
Total tax and item 2 above. Attach original forms W2.
Do you want to go downtown with me?
No, thanks. I want to finish this income tax.
I may be a little late. I promised Louise Adams I'd stop by and see her new silver.
She's pretty proud of that, isn't she?
And why not? The solid silver with beauty that lives forever is international sterling.
Solid silver with beauty that lives forever is international sterling.
From Hollywood, International Silver Company, creators of International Sterling, present the amusing transcribed adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, starring America's favorite young couple, Ozzie Nelson and Harriet Hilliard. Great land of America, from the rock-bound coast of Maine to the snow-bound coast of California, from the borders of Canada, famous for Canadians, to the borders of Mexico, famous for Mexicans, from town to city, from mountain to valley, from north to south, from east to west, America is a land of tradition. Tradition is the seventh inning stretch at the ball game, firecrackers on the 4th of July, turkey on Thanksgiving. At 1847 Rogers Road, Ozzie Nelson, American, is completely enmeshed in what is rapidly becoming one of America's most exasperating traditions. It calls for a complete mastery of arithmetic, trigonometry, surveying, semantics, foreign languages, including double talk and Jabberwocky, not to mention mind reading, and above all, the control of temper.
Total tax and item 2 above. Attach original forms W2. Tax. Oh. Enter your tax from table on page 4 or from line 18 on page 3. Nothing complicated about that. Enter your tax from table on page 4 or from line 18 on page 3. Oh, that's clear enough. Enter your tax from table on page 4 or from line 18 on page 3. Let's read that again.
You don't know how to work it, that's all. I do so. Let go of it.
Boys, please, will you? I'm busy. Now, evidently what they're trying to say is enter your tax from table on page 4 or from line 18 on page 3. Enter your tax from table. I could push the whole works off the table into the wastebasket.
Give it back, David. It's mine.
For goodness sakes, fellas, how's the government going to know where they stand financially if I don't get my income tax in?
Can you fix my squirt flower for me, Pop?
Your what?
My squirt flower. It doesn't work. You squeeze that rubber ball and the water's supposed to squirt out.
Now, let me see it. There's probably something stopping up the hose.
I squeeze it and nothing happens, see?
It worked that time. Lend me your handkerchief, David.
Gee, I didn't even aim it.
No, that isn't necessary when somebody's looking right into it.
You aren't mad at me, are you, Pop?
No, but I will be if you guys don't run along and let me finish this income tax.
Okay, Pop. You stay there, Dopey.
Oh, David, that's not nice, calling your little brother Dopey.
You know what he did? He spent his allowance on that squirt flower, and now he can't go to the movies. I don't want to go anyway.
Well, will you guys please finish this outside? Nothing to argue about in the first place. Ricky wanted a squirt gun, so he bought it. You want to go to the show, so go ahead, David. Evidently, Ricky doesn't care about it.
He's just saying that. I am not wise, guys.
Okay, let's drop it, huh? Ricky doesn't want to go to the show, so let's forget it. See where I am here.
Pop?
What is it, Ricky?
Can I have some money so I can go to the show?
Ricky, why did you buy the squirt flower?
Will Thornberry saw it in the trick store window.
What's Will Thornberry got to do with you?
He liked it so much he thought I ought to buy
it. Did he buy one, too?
No, he's going to the show with David.
Ricky, what happened to you is a rather common thing. You see, you were talked into something you didn't want to buy. Happens every day. Fellow starts out to buy a car. Before he gets to the car lot, he meets somebody who tells him about a television set. Before he can buy the television set, he meets somebody who tells him about a wonderful movie camera. Before he can buy the movie camera, he meets somebody who tells him about a car. So he buys the car, and he never gets what he really wanted in the first place.
He started out to buy a car, Pop.
Well, that's not a very good illustration. But you've got to learn to be firm, know what you want, and don't let yourself be talked out of it.
I want to go to the movies, Pop.
Yeah, but you've already spent your money.
I want to go to the movies, Pop. You can't talk me out of it.
I'll tell you what I'll do, Ricky. I'll advance you the money for the movies, and next week I'll deduct it from your allowance.
Thanks a lot, Pop. Oh, hello there, fellas.
Oh, hello, Harriet.
Hi, Mom. What's in the box, Mom? I bought that gray suit at the style shop. You know, the one you said you liked so much?
I said I liked it?
Yes, don't you remember?
No, when was that?
Oh, the day I made you double park to look at it, and the policeman was coming down the street. They had it in blue and also in gray. In fact, I met Louise Adams in the store, and she tried to talk me into taking the blue one. But I stuck to my gun.
You bought the gray one?
Yeah, I kind of liked it better.
Oh, this is very interesting. Fellas, did you hear what your mother just said? It's just like you and Will Thornberry, Ricky. Your mother had the same experience.
Did you buy a squirt flower, Mom? Of what, dear?
No, it wasn't exactly the same, Ricky, but the point's there anyway, if you want to look around for it.
Say, haven't you finished your income tax return yet?
Oh, just about. I started off with a bang, but the questions after name and address kind of slowed me down. This is the one that's sticking me now.
Enter your tax from table on page 4 or from line 18 on page 3. That's very simple.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah, of course.
I wish you'd explain it to me. I've read it over about 10 times.
Well, it says right here what to do. Enter your tax from table on page 4 or from line 18 on page 3.
Well, yeah, I guess I must be awful stupid or something, but it just sounds confusing to me. Why don't they just come right out and tell you what you owe instead of beating around the bush? It's a sneaky way of doing things.
Isn't this it? Here's the table on page 4. Now, we just go down the column to the amount you earn.
See, wait a minute. I see it. Here, move your head. Here's the tax. Oh, sure. You see, you just enter the tax from table on page 4. It was that stuff about line 18 that was confusing.
Well, go ahead, fill it in. Then you can mail it this afternoon.
No, not right away. I want to look it over a little first and check it with this booklet.
What booklet is that?
Oh, this one that Thorny gave me.
Oh, let me see it. How to Save Money on Your Income Tax, written by 8874392.
I think that's just his CPA number or a code number. His name is on its envelope. No kidding, it's a legitimate booklet. It's got things in it I didn't know about. You know, if I were a doctor, I could deduct part of my car expenses.
But you're not a doctor.
No, that's one I have to pass up. Although I could be a doctor. I've got that big first aid kit we bought at the war surplus store. Hey, you've never had your tonsils out, have you, Harriet?
No, and I don't intend to. And I'll tell you another thing. We're not going to have another mad dash for the post office at midnight, March 15th. Go ahead, sign it, will you? I'll send Ricky with you and make sure it gets mailed.
Harriet, believe me, I don't need to take Ricky with me. I'm a full-grown man of normal intelligence. Here, give me the tax return. I promise to mail it right now.
Well, I haven't got the tax return.
Well, I thought you picked it up from the table. Just laid it down here a minute ago.
It's not under these papers.
Well, I can't understand what happened to it. I had it right in my hand.
Oh, here it is on the floor.
Oh, no thanks. Ricky, get your coat. You're going down to the mailbox with Daddy.
How do you like my new suit, David? Oh, gee, it looks swell, Mom. Do you think gray is a good color for me? You look swell in everything. David, that kind of talk will only get you 3 desserts. I mean it, Mom. I heard a couple people say how pretty you looked in church last Sunday. Last Sunday? What was I wearing last Sunday? My blue dress and my blue hat. David, are you sure you like me in gray? Honest, Mom, you look swell. Well, yes, I guess it is nice. Gray's a beautiful color, isn't it? It sure is. It's a lovely color, gray. Look at all the things that are gray. Gray clouds, gray hair, the old gray mare. I wonder if this material will take a blue dye.
Hi, Ozzie. Oh, hello, Joe.
Hello, Mr. Randolph.
Hello, Ricky. Taking your daddy out for a walk?
Just mailing my tax return. Beating the old deadline this year.
Hurts a little, though, doesn't it?
No, I don't mind paying my income tax. It's for a good cause.
Can I drop it in, Pop?
Say, I don't mean to butt into your personal affairs, but are you sure you've taken all the deductions you can?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I have a booklet here. I looked everything up.
Well, there's a lot of stuff you can deduct that most people don't know about. I let my cousin Herman do my tax. He's a tax man. Really knows his stuff, too.
Well, I looked everything over pretty carefully.
Can we mail it now, Pop?
Yeah, here we go. I'll lift you up.
Goodbye, money.
Just a minute, Ricky. Joe, believe me, I took all the legal deductions possible. I'm sure I can't possibly save another dime.
Okay, it's your money.
Up you go, Ricky.
All the government wants is just what you owe them.
Just a minute, Ricky. Joe, I can assure you I made the tax out very carefully. I took every possible deduction. Up you go, Ricky.
Okay, if you want to throw your money away.
Just a minute, Ricky.
I'm getting dizzy.
Joe, are you trying to talk me out of mailing this?
It won't do you any good, Mr. Randolph.
Ricky, let Mr. Randolph talk.
Well, I was just trying to help, Oz. But you probably know all the deductions you're allowed. Little things like deducting the tax you pay on theater tickets. Naturally, you know you can take off the interest you pay on any financing. Here, I'll let you up, Ricky.
Joe, put that boy down.
Go on, mail it, Ricky. I'm sorry I bothered you.
Joe, let go of him.
Pop, you're pulling down my pants.
Do you think this blue handkerchief sets it off a little better?
Gee, Mom, I don't know. If you think you like the blue suit better, why don't you take this one back?
You don't like this color on me, do you?
I like it, Mom, but how about you?
Well, I'm beginning to think Louise Adams was right. I think I'll take it back and get the blue one. But, let's not mention it to Daddy, shall we?
How come?
Well, your father'd say I don't have a mind of my own, and we love Daddy the way he is. We wouldn't want him saying the right thing.
Yes, sir, Ricky, my boy. It was a lucky thing we met Mr. Randolph. Really going to save some money.
That's well, Pop.
It might be just as well if you don't mention this to Mother. See, she might not understand.
Maybe she'll get mad at me.
No, just don't mention it. See, if she asks any questions, I'll do all the answering.
Oh, Ozzy.
Harriet. I was just coming in.
I was just going up.
Is that your suit box?
Oh, yes, it is.
Taking it next door to show Catherine Thornberry?
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, goodbye.
So long. See, Ricky, she didn't even ask whether we mailed the income tax or not.
That's what I was laughing about.
Well, you run along and play now. I've got to get back and do some more work on this. Oh, you'd better go put another belt on, too. You can't go around holding those pants up all day.
Where you been, Ricky?
It's a secret.
What are you talking about?
It's a secret between Pop and me.
Mom has a secret, too.
I'll tell you Pop's secret if you tell me Mom's secret.
Well, Mom's taking back the gray suit and she's getting a blue one. What's Pop's secret?
Pop didn't mail his tax letter.
Mom and Pop are a lot of fun, boy.
Yeah, but they sure have a lot of dopey secrets.
Firmness of purpose Ozzy's been talking about. Harriet sure doesn't have it. Ozzy sure doesn't have it. You might think nobody ever made up his mind to anything, except all those women who see International Sterling, of course. They know what they're about. They know right away that International Sterling is the solid silver they want for their homes. Because International Sterling is the loveliest solid silver in the world. Rich and beautiful in every detail, and perfect in price because it hasn't gone up. That's right. The International Sterling pattern of your choice is the same substantial weight, the same superb quality, yet it costs no more than in 1944. Be sure to see the Spring Glory pattern, won't you? there's never been a fresher, more enchanting pattern than Spring Glory. Its dainty, modern design is something completely different. A single flower that flows up on one side and swings over to the other. Spring Glory has an air of spring about it, a look of grace and simple beauty. So, see it at your International Sterling dealers tomorrow. Spring Glory, one of the loveliest designs in famous International Sterling. The solid silver with beauty that lives forever. You know, folks, I hate to say this because I'm very fond of the Nelson family, but they sure are in an uncertain mood today. Poor Harriet can't make up her mind between a blue suit or a gray, and poor Ozzie, well, maybe it's lucky he did meet Joe Randolph before he mailed his income tax. At any rate, he's doing it over.
Well, that's a different story.
You all finished, Pop?
Yeah, I think so. I just want to check this booklet again. I think I've taken all the deductions I can. Common disasters. No, I don't think that applies to us.
What are they?
Well, they list them here. If an earthquake demolished the house and a flood carried off all our property, and then a hurricane swept away everything else we own, I'd save $200.
That's a lot of money, boy.
Yeah. And, of course, there are other things. Charity, the theater tickets you heard Mr. Randolph talk about, dependence. So you and David are deductions.
Are we common disasters?
No, you're dependents. You see, I'm allowed $600 a year for each of you.
Then how come I only get 25 cents a week?
You see, the $600 is supposed to cover your food, clothes, education, all your living expenses. And I think that does it. Now all we have to do is go down the mailbox and just drop it in. Oh, Harriet.
Well, Ozzie.
I was just going out.
I was just coming in.
What's always so funny in the doorway?
Where were you going?
Just down to the...
There's Ricky.
Hi, Mom. Did you just get back? I did, David. Oh, Jiminy, David, please be more careful. If I hadn't slammed the door, you'd have given the whole thing away.
I'm sorry, Mom.
That's all right.
Did you get the blue suit, Mom?
Yes, I did. And wait till you see it. It's so much nicer than the gray. I'm sure Daddy will like it better, too. Hello?
Hello, Harriet. It's Mother.
Oh, hello, Mother. Hide this in the closet for me, David.
Harriet, what's going on over there? Were you telling somebody to hide in the closet?
No, Mother. I bought a suit today, and I just asked David to put it away for me.
Why, Harriet, that's the reason I called. I was talking to Louise Adams a little while ago.
Oh?
She said she's been thinking it over, and you were absolutely right about the gray suit. It's much better for you than the blue one.
Louise Adams thinks I look better in gray now?
I must say I agree with her, Harriet. Personally, I like you much better in gray. Blue just doesn't do anything for you. Are you still there, dear?
Yes, Mother.
Well, I met Louise at the market, and you know how she is. I've had a craving for pork chops, and Louise tried to talk me into buying lamb chops. But I'm happy to say that I demonstrated the same strength of character you did.
You should have fought harder than that.
Dear, how hard can you fight? I wanted pork chops. I set out to buy pork chops, and I was going to get pork chops.
Well, good for you, Mother.
No lamb chops for me. I got the nicest pound of spare ribs you've ever seen.
Spare ribs?
Yes, Catherine Thornberry recommended them. Are you still there, dear?
Oh, yes, Mother. I was just wondering whether I could get down to the dress shop and back before dinner.
All right, now, Ricky, I'm going to pick you up, and you're going to drop this in the mailbox. And nobody's going to stop us this time, right?
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Nelson! Hurry up, Pop.
Oh, hello, Emmylou. If you'll excuse us for a moment, we're going to drop my tax form in the mailbox.
Oh, what a wonderful bit of Americana. There you stand by the mailbox, a patriotic smile on your face. Your heart cries out, take it, Uncle Sam. There's a lot more where that came from. No complaining, no grumbling. You're eager and willing to pay your country its due. You're 130 million Americans, Mr. Nelson.
Thank you, Emmy Lou. Up you go, Ricky.
We've been learning about income tax at school. It's wonderful the way you can save money if you know how.
Just a minute, Ricky.
I'll wait here on the fire plug.
Emmy Lou, I don't mean to be rude or abrupt, but I'm sure I've taken every possible deduction.
Golly, I hope you haven't overdone it, Mr. Nelson. The penalties are pretty severe. They can put you in jail for fraud or fine you $10,000.
Now, Pop?
Better hold it, Ricky. I think I'll take it home and go over it just once more. I'm a little disappointed in you, Ricky.
Me? How come?
Well, this morning after Will Thornberry talked you into buying that squirt flower, I thought I told you to be firm and know your own mind. If I hadn't listened to Mr. Randolph, I wouldn't have to change this tax return.
What did I do?
Well, if you had known your own mind, if you had been firm, you wouldn't have listened to me. You'd have mailed it.
Oh, Ozzie.
Harriet, I was just coming in.
Well, come on in. Wait a minute. What's that in your hand?
I think I'll stay outside.
Ozzie, that looks like the envelope your tax return was in.
There is a resemblance, isn't there?
All right, what happened? And don't tell me the mailbox was closed.
Before I could mail it, I met Joe Randolph. I let him talk me into making some silly deduction.
Oh, now, Ozzie, before
don't try to make excuses for me. I've been wishing weaky-washy. No mind of my own. Thank goodness you're a little different.
But, Ozzie...
No, I mean it, Harriet. The way you went ahead and bought the suit you wanted. You knew what color you wanted. Instead of listening to a lot of other people, you went right ahead and bought that. What color was it?
Blue.
Yes. You bought that... No, Harriet, it was gray.
Yeah, gray-blue. A little more blue than gray. There's practically no gray at all. In fact, it's all blue.
Harriet, you said it was gray.
Ozzie, there's something I ought to tell you. A minute ago, you said you had no mind of your own. That you were weak and wishy-washy.
I said wish and weaky-washy, but go ahead.
I took the gray suit back and got the blue one.
Well, Harriet, this is wonderful. You're just as big a chump as I... No, that isn't right. You've got your blue suit, but I still haven't mailed my tax returns.
I got the blue suit, but I don't want it.
You don't? Harriet, what's the matter? Don't you have a mind of you... No, we've already established that. You know, they say that after people have been married a certain number of years, they get to resemble each other. You think that could be happening to us?
Could be. Say, I just thought of a very clever plan. Since it's pretty obvious that we both keep changing our minds, why don't you take my blue suit back and get me the gray one, and I'll mail your income tax return.
Well, that's the first sensible thing that's been said in this family all day. Say, come to think of it, we are beginning to resemble each other. You're getting more like me, I'm getting more like you. I keep changing my mind lately just like you, and you just thought up a wonderful idea.
Flattery will get you nowhere. Here, take this suit box and give me your tax return.
It's a deal. Oh, but let me give you a tip. If you see Joe Randolph or Emmy Lou, run the other way.
Okay, dear. Well, let me give you a tip. If you see Louise Adams, you run the other way.
Oh, all right, but you're asking a lot more of me than I'm asking of you.
In what way?
Well, Louise Adams is a very attractive girl. Beautiful eyes, beautiful figure, and...
So what?
You just don't run away from things like that.
Off to re-exchange Harriet's suit, and there goes Harriet down to the corner to mail Ozzie's tax return. But they'll be back in just a moment with their closing scene.
Hey, Mr. Smith, that Nelson family certainly is a bundle of confusion.
Yes, but I guess all families are like that at one time or another.
Oh, not my family. Not now, anyway. We've just bought a complete service for 4 of International Sterling in that wonderful Spring Glory pattern. And my husband and I have never been so solidly in agreement over anything.
Hey, great. I'll bet I know what it was that won your heart.
That pattern. Spring Glory is the loveliest over design I've ever seen. It makes me think of April and brides and everything fresh and beautiful. And when we found we could get it at that complete service for $4, everything was settled right then and there.
A complete service for $4 for under $100. That's an international sterling wonder, all right. But then all international sterling prices are wonderful because they haven't gone up. Other leading silver makers have raised their prices, but international sterling brings you the same substantial weight, the same superb quality at 1944 prices. Could anyone ask for anything more?
Not me. Especially since I also got a great big beautiful chest with my silver. Big enough to hold 132 pieces.
Yes, you've really got something when you own international sterling. The solid silver with beauty that lives forever.
Ozzy?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, good. Let's see my suit.
Harriet, before you open the box, you're sure you wanted the gray suit?
Of course. Let me see it.
Don't be so anxious. Stand back a minute. No, I don't think gray would look good on you.
Uh-oh. Well, okay, dear. Let me see my blue suit.
You like the blue suit?
Yes, dear. Don't feel bad about it. I've been through it myself. You'll like me in blue.
It isn't what you think. I didn't bring the blue suit back.
Well, I'll be satisfied with the gray one.
It isn't gray and it isn't blue.
Well, what is it, for goodness sake?
Well, I met my friend Danny O'Hara, and St. Patrick's Day is almost here.
Well, I've always wanted a green suit.
You're still off, Harriet. Danny's an orangeman. But don't get upset. It isn't orange. It's more of a reddish color.
But, Ozzy, I wanted the gray suit.
Well, maybe we can work something out tomorrow. We'll keep them coming and going, and the first time a gray one comes through the front door, we'll nail it shut. On the way home from the dress shop, I stopped to glance in the window of the trick store, and while I was looking in, little Will Thornberry came up. I really don't have a mind of my own.
I don't get it.
You will. Smell this flower on my lapel. Tune in next week to another adventure of Ozzie and Harriet, produced and transcribed in Hollywood, and starring Ozzie Nelson and Harriet Hilliard.
And remember, the solid silver with beauty that lives forever is international sterling.
Yes, Harriet, the solid silver with beauty that lives forever is international sterling.
Appearing in support of Ozzie and Harriet were Sid and Ricky Nelson, Janet Waldo, Lorene Tuttle, Marvin Miller, and yours truly, Vern Smith. Original music was composed and conducted by Billy May.
It's Morgan in 90 minutes on NBC.
Mr. Dipshot, is Billy ready to go out? Everybody's waiting outside for him.
Billy's not coming out tonight. He's got to stay home and do his homework. He's listening to the Boxcars 711 old-time radio pod.
Well, there you go. More conclusive evidence that the Boxcars 711 old-time radio pod is not only good for you, it's recognized by all of academia to be an essential element in formulating necessary values in the development of the young and impressionable mind of your children. The Boxcars 711 old-time radio pod, where the oldies are still young.
Don't you think that whole thing about education is a little bit deceiving, Bob?
I really don't see how that's any more deceiving than anything else I say.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is ink. I-N-K.
Really?
You bet your life. The one, the only.
Hey, that's me, Groucho Marx.
Thank you. Well, here I am again with $1,000 for one of our couples tonight. George Fanneman, who's first?
Just before we went on the air, we asked if there were any young people present who'd like to get married someday. And our studio audience selected Miss Mary Cool and Dr. Eugene D. McCann, Jr., and here they are. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
So you two are in search of romance, eh? Mary Cool?
That's right. Cool.
Oh, cool, huh? Where are you from, Mary?
I'm from around Milwaukee. I was born in Wauwatosa.
I had that for breakfast this morning. Why did you come to California?
I came to see the Rose Bowl game last year.
You were a little late, weren't you, Mary?
No, we won.
Oh, you won, huh?
Yes, we did.
And now you're waiting for the next Rose Bowl game?
That's right.
And what do you do between games? Huh?
I'm a secretary.
And Mr. McCann? Mr.
right.
McCann, Jr., huh? Eugene D. McCann, huh?
That's right.
What does the D stand for? Does that represent anything?
Oh, that's the first letter of my middle name.
Well, that's better than having it the last letter of your middle name.
Not mine. It is the last letter.
That is the last letter,
Yes.
too? It's the last... Well, what is your name? Middle name.
I don't use it very much.
Well, I won't tell anybody if you... What is it?
Duddy.
Did you say Duddy?
That's right.
Not Fuddy Duddy, huh? Are you related to Howdy Duddy? What, does Duddy have any significance in addition to getting laughs?
It was my uncle's name. That's all I got from him.
Well, I must say he didn't leave you much, huh? What was your reason for coming to California?
I was born here.
I thought maybe you were trying to get away from your uncle. How old are you, Eugene?
27.
What's your age, Mary?
I was 21 on September 5th.
What year? Where do you work, John?
I work at Prudential Insurance Company of America.
And just what do you do there?
Well, I am a secretary, and my job consists of taking shorthand, typing, answering the telephone, and attending conferences, taking notes.
A lot of men sitting in the room?
Yes, there are.
It's fun, huh?
Yes, it is.
Around 5 o'clock, I suppose, you're on your last lap. What sort of work do you do, Gene?
I'm an optometrist, Groucho.
An optometrist. Well, what's the difference between an optometrist and an oculist and an optician? Couldn't one fella do all three jobs?
No, they're all different licenses.
Well, they're all the same to me. No matter which one I get a bill from, I still can't believe my eyes. How did you get to be an eye, ear, and nose specialist?
I have nothing to do with the nose and ears, Groucho.
You have nothing to do with it?
No.
Well, if you had nothing to do with the nose and the ears, where would you hang the glasses? Well, have you ever considered sharing an office with a dentist? You know, you could then advertise an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Doc, do you have a slogan?
Yes.
Have you got a slogan?
Yes.
What is it?
You can't be optimistic with Misty Optics.
That's very quaint. Did you make that up yourself, Doc?
That's original, yes, but I happen to be an optimist also, so that...
What do you mean you're an optimist?
Well, that's a club that's in Los Angeles, and this is Optimist Week.
Well, what is an optimist?
Well, he's a member of the Optimist Club. They have, their main interest is in the boy. Their slogan is a friend of the boy.
Friend of the boy,
That's
huh?
correct.
Is there a sister club to that, then? Now, tell me, bifocals, do you work for somebody, or do you have your own office?
No, I've been associated with my father for 6 years.
You're lucky. Nobody's associated with me for 6 years. By the way, Rimsky-Korsakov, how is it you don't wear glasses?
I don't need them.
Well, don't look at me like that. I'm sure you've seen plenty of spectacles in your day. Huh? Mary, do you think you could fall in love with a nice, successful, young, clean-looking optometrist? Huh?
Well, I don't know. I've just met him.
Well, stop giving him the eye, or he's liable to charge you for an examination.
It'd be free examination.
It would be free. Doc, would you mind looking deep into Mary's eyes and tell me what you see there?
Huh? The media is extremely clear.
What was that?
The media is extremely clear.
The media is extremely clear, huh? Still, it's been snowing in the mountains.
There's no sedimentation in the anterior chamber.
What did you say your middle name was? Doc, you're about as romantic as a dish of sauerkraut. Well, you two ought to get along beautifully. An optimistic optometrist and a beautiful girl. Therefore, I now pronounce you winking, blinking, and may you have many little nods. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to work together as a team for $1,000. But right now, I want you to pay attention to some interesting advice. See if you two will get a chance at the $1,000 question. You're going to play You Bet Your Life. Fenneman, give out with the rules.
Each of our three couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $1,000 question at the end of the show. Our other 2 couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's going on out here.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. What question category did you select?
Prominent sports figures.
That's right. Now, here's your first question. You have $20. How much are you going to try?
10.
$10? In what sport is Earl Cashel famous?
Golf.
No, I'm sorry. It's tennis. Well known. I think he ranked about 6th this year in the United States.
They now have $10.
Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight, and that's the big prize.
5.
How much of the $10 are you going to try?
5.
5. Okay. Ralph Neves, Neves, or Nevis, is famous in what sport?
Horse racing.
Horse racing is right. Now I know where you put your money.
Now they're on their way. They have $15.
Now I know where your money goes. Now you have $15. In what sport are you going to bet how much?
10.
10. In what sport is Bob Dillinger famous? Take a guess.
Boxing.
No, I'm sorry. It's baseball. He's with the St. Louis Browns, I believe.
They now have $5.
Well, you now got $5. You can't get married on $5, you know.
We'll end up with 5.
You're going to bet $5, huh? In what sport is Jim Ferrier famous? F-E-R-R-I-E-R. Jim Ferrier.
Football, I'll say.
No, it's golf. I'm going to give you one more chance to get rich quick. You answer this question correctly, I'll hand over $10 in cash. Who is buried in Grant's tomb? Grant is right. Don't go away now. You're still in the running for the big question.
Groucho, the next couple has been in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know the secret word is ink. Perhaps they'll say it. Just before we went on the air, the studio audience selected a man who works for the city public health department and a housewife to be his partner. And here they come. Mrs. Emma Ziegler and Mr. Al Toribio. Meet Groucho Marx.
Mrs. Ziegler? I'll call you Emma, huh? Where are you from?
From 1550 West 52nd Street in Los Angeles.
Is that upstairs or down? I meant, where are you from originally, Emma? And I don't want to hear any nonsense about the stork either, right?
Well, originally I was born in a barn near Lansdale, Pennsylvania.
You were born in a barn?
That's right.
Well, that was a horse on you, wasn't it, Emma? How long have you been married, Emma?
For 12 and a half years.
12 and a half years. Do you have any children?
I have 4 kids.
You have 4 kids, huh? Very interesting, huh? Do you have any children?
Yes, I have 4 children.
How did you meet your husband? I didn't mean to be so fresh, Mrs. Ziegler.
When we were deep sea fishing, I handed...
You were deep sea fishing? And you pulled him out?
No. He sort of helped me out. I
handed him my uncle's false teeth.
What were you using that for, bait?
No, my uncle had given them to me.
You gave your boyfriend your uncle's teeth?
He wasn't my boyfriend then. He was a perfect stranger.
Well, did he put... And then you put the bite on him?
Shortly after that, he put the bite on me.
Mr. Toribio?
That's right, Groucho.
You're from the Public Health Department, huh?
That's right, Groucho.
How do you feel?
I can't kick.
Rheumatism? Where are you from, Al?
City Health Department.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel, huh? Swell, huh? Got the mumps? I mean, what town are you from, Al?
Oh, Trinidad, Colorado.
How's the health in your family, Mrs. Ziegler?
We're all in top shape.
All in top shape. Shake like a top, huh? Suppose on Sunday you go out for a spin, huh?
Sometimes we do.
With all those children, Emma, do you ever have a case of the sniffles or a cold around the house?
Quite frequently.
What do you do in a case like that?
Well, one time when 3 of them came down at one time, I got out the sewing machine and started making dresses.
You always make dresses when the kids have a cold?
It's a good time.
Well, don't you give them any medication of any kind?
Well, I did that in between the scenes.
Well, you threw me that time, Emma. Mr. Toribio, how would you handle it if you came home and found 4 youngsters all broken out?
Well, I'd check to see whose children they were first.
You have a very suspicious nature. Haven't you got 4 children?
3, Groucho.
Well, don't come running to me with your trouble. Okay, now let's play You Bet Your Life for $1,000. Run your $20 into more than the other couples, and you get a chance at the big question later. Fenneman's off stage to remind our listeners how much the first couple won.
The secretary and the optometrist lost all their money, so these people have a clear field.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. What question category did you select?
Movie biographies.
How much you going to bet?
Oh, $10. $10.
Okay. Who played the title role in Wilson?
Alexander Knox.
Alexander Knox is correct.
Well, on the way with $30, Groucho.
Okay, you've got $30. You're betting how much?
25.
Who played authoress George Sand in A Song to Remember? The authoress.
Was it Merle Oberon?
It was Merle Oberon on the nose.
On the way now, they have $55.
Now, how much are you going to try of the 55?
$40.
$40. Who played composer George Gershwin in Rhapsody in Blue? It's a toughie.
He's a director in New York now, stage director. Name of...
Take a stab. I'm sorry. As Archie Mayo would say, the bell is tolled. It was Robert Alden. That's a pretty tough one.
They now have $15.
Okay, now how much are you going to try of the $15?
15.
Let's take a 10.
You're gonna
10? She says 10.
$10. Who played composer Jerome Kern in Till the Clouds Roll By? Oh, that's a shame. It was Robert Walker.
And they wind up with $5.
Well, thanks and good luck. Now, in just 1 minute, our last couple will play You Bet Your Life, and then we know who gets the $1,000 question. But at the moment, I'd like you to listen to this. Now then, we'll soon know who's going to earn the most money and get the chance at the $1,000 question. George, who's ahead so far?
Well, the health inspector and the housewife with $5 are leading. Our final couple doesn't know the secret word is ink, since they've been in a waiting room off stage. Perhaps they'll say it. Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a cross-country bus driver and a roller coaster operator. And here they are, Mr. Bernard Sampson and Mr. Robert Sewell. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, gentlemen, to You Bet Your Life. Mr. Sampson, you're the bus driver, huh? Which bus do you drive, Bernard?
Pacific Greyhound Lines.
Mr. Sewell, Mr. Robert Sewell, huh? What do you do?
I'm a roller coaster operator.
Where do you do your operating, Bob?
An Ocean Park Pier.
Just where is Ocean Park Pier?
It's an ocean park.
You don't get around much, do you? Huh? Bus driver, are you still here blocking the traffic?
I'm still here.
Where are you from?
Chicago.
Yeah, you married?
Yes, I'm married.
How'd you meet your wife?
I met her on a Pacific Electric train going to work. All the way downtown, I just kept looking at her, and she didn't say nothing to me, and I didn't say nothing to her. And,
Oh, you had a very interesting conversation.
Well, before I got off, I asked her for her phone number, and I told her I'd write the number down, and she'd give it to me, and she gave it me pretty fast, and just about to write, and I ran out of ink.
Now, where were we when you spilled ink all over the joint, huh? So, you ran out of ink?
And I wrote down her number with a pencil on a piece of paper, and I called her up and told her I was going to marry her. And here I am.
And since that time, you've been riding buses, huh?
Well, I'm pushing the Greyhound down the highway.
What time is your bus stop at Long Beach, driver?
I don't stop in Long Beach.
What have you got against Long Beach? Let's take another ride on the roller coaster, operator. Just what do you do on your job, Mr. Sewell?
Oh, I release the brake levers.
That's all you do? Just pull the lever? Don't you do anything else?
Oh, we load the people in the train first.
And what do you do while the coaster is going over the track?
Oh, I just stand there and wait for it to come back down.
I mean, you just stand there and hope it comes down. Is that what you mean?
Oh, it'll come back all right.
You're pretty despondent about the whole thing, huh? Well, what do you do if the thing doesn't come down? How do you get it down?
Well, it's always came back.
Well, I can't shake your story, can I? Huh? Well, if it didn't come down, what would you do? Put an ad in the paper or something? Lost one roller coaster? Now, how long a trip is it on your booby trap? Huh?
7/8 of a mile around.
7/8 of a mile. And how long does it take to cover that distance?
It takes a minute and 45 seconds.
And how much does it cost for the ride?
25 cents.
For 7/8 of a mile, 25 cents. Huh? It's pretty expensive, isn't it? Bus driver, how far can I go in your bus for a quarter?
Oh, about 12.5 miles.
In which direction?
Any way you want to go.
Okay, up. What time is your bus stop at Anaheim?
I don't stop in Anaheim.
What have you got against Anaheim? Operator, how do you explain your exorbitant rates compared with the bus company?
Well, we have a very thrilling ride there on the coaster. It takes you up and down and around, a lot of twists and curves. That's a lot of fun.
A lot of thrills, huh?
Lots of thrills.
It's evident you've never been on a bus. Say, Greyhound, what time is your bus stop at Santa Barbara?
About 3:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, you stop at Santa Barbara, eh? What have you got against Santa Barbara? By the way, those roller coasters look pretty rickety to me. How do you know they won't collapse?
Oh, they're inspected each day.
Mm-hmm. Who inspects them?
I do. The building inspector comes around once a month.
Mr. Sewell, you say you inspect them?
Yes, sir.
How?
Well, I'll walk over the track and see that everything's all right.
You go up over the top and all that stuff?
Yes. Then the building inspector comes around once a month.
You make him ride it over?
Huh? No, he won't ride it.
He won't ride it. That building inspector is no fool, you know. Right? Now, let's play You Bet Your Life. If you can beat our other two couples in the quiz, you'll get a crack at the $1,000 question. Can't tell you how much they won, but George is off stage to remind our listeners.
The health inspector and the housewife are ahead with $5.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. What question category did you select?
Latin songs.
Latin songs. Here's your first question. You have $20. How much you going to try?
10.
Jerry Fielding will supply the music. You name the song. Okay, Jerry.
Amapola.
Amapola is right.
And they're off to a good start with $30.
Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. Now you have $30. How much you going to try?
$30.
You going to try? Here we go. Give me the title of this Latin melody. What do you say? Take a stab at it.
Star Eyes, isn't it?
No, I'm sorry. You were close. It's Green Eyes. I'll give you one last chance to get rich. Answer this one, I'll pay you $10. What oceans have the same names as the Atlantic and Pacific Tea Company?
Atlantic and Pacific.
Atlantic and Pacific is right.
And that means the health inspector and the housewife with $5 get the chance of the $1,000 question.
Didn't you bet so much?
And here's the winning couple, Groucho, the housewife and the man from the Department of Public Health.
Are you ready to try for $1,000, eh? Good luck, and I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you, so talk it over thoroughly and no help in the audience, please. I hope you've been reading your newspapers for the past couple of years. Careful now. Who was the Secretary General of the United Nations? Are you ready? What's the answer you two have decided upon?
We've decided upon Trigreave Lee.
Trigreave Lee is absolutely right. That's right. That's right. You win $1,000. You had the right answer, so you win $1,000. What are you going to do with all that money?
I'm going to improve the health of my children. We all need dental work.
What are you going to do with your money, Al?
I think I'll look at...
Clean up the city?
No, I'll look at the new car.
Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you, Groucho.
You Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding.
Black way, try the black way. Keep your health in tip-top shape, try the black way. Once again, the old clock's rolled around, and it's time for the Herbalac program to be on the air again, neighbors. And just switch up on the old dial, holler out the window, and tell your next-door neighbor we're on the air, and we'll all be happy, yes, sir. And don't forget that Herbalac is a mighty, mighty good tonic laxative. Have you tried Herbalac for your health troubles? Time now to get underway with the program, and looks like the first song coming up, Too Many Parties and Too Many Pals. Night after night you're at dances, home life means nothing to you. Night after night taking chances, running around like you do. You say there's no harm in kisses, but girl, of today think of this. Too many parties and too many pals may break your heart someday. Too many boyfriends and sociable gals may drive your sweetheart away. Too many kisses brings too many tears. Angels have fallen for too many years. Those Broadway roses and frivolous sounds had too many parties and too many pals. Gentlemen of the jury, the judge's speech began. The scene was a crowded courtroom, and that judge was a stern old man. This prisoner before you is a social enemy, a lady of the evening, and you know the penalty. Don't let her beauty sway you, don't mind her ready tears. Don't let her youth mislead you, she's wise beyond her years. Her eyes reflect the red lights and her cheeks are thick with paint. But I knew her mother, gentlemen. Her mother was a saint. Now before you render verdict on whatever she has done, just remember there's a man to blame. That man may be your son. So I plead with you for mercy. The testimony stands. 'Cause that girl is my own daughter. The case is in your hands. Too many kisses and too many tears. Angels have fallen for too many years. Those Broadway roses and frivolous sounds had too many parties and too many pals. Your Herbalac program rolls right along with another song that's a very good number, one that I kind of like to sing myself. Neighbors, will the circle be unbroken? One by one my family's leaving. One by one they're going away. And I hope they prepare to meet him at that great coming judgment day. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I went home, boys, it looked so lonely. I looked for her and she was gone. All my family was screaming and crying. Things have changed so since I left home. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I looked out my window. It was on one cloudy day. Boys, I saw that hearse coming to take my dear old mother away. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Boys, I told that undertaker, do drive slow, for the body that you are taking. Lord, I hate to see my dear old mother go. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by, there's a better home waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Yes, sirree, there you have it. Will the circle be unbroken? Mighty fine old song there, and hope you like it just a whole lot. You know, friends and neighbors, some of the largest insurance companies in the country, did you know that the first question they'll ask you is this? Are you bothered with poor elimination or constipation? Yes, sir, that's one of the first questions a lot of them will ask you. You know why? Well, I'll tell you, those insurance companies are very interested in you living just as long as you can. Yes, sir. They want you to live just as long as you can. They don't care if you live to be 175, because the longer you live, the more money they make on that insurance policy. And the reason why they ask you if you're bothered with poor elimination or constipation is just to get right down to see what your troubles are. Yes, sir. And if you'd like to, if those fellas are interested in you, you should be interested in yourself. Don't you think so? If you're bothered with poor elimination, you don't feel good, you're not going to do your work good, you don't have a good appetite, you just don't enjoy the good things of life. And we'd like to tell you that Herbalac, the all-herb laxative tonic, is most effective in relieving your system of constipation and accumulated poison waste. Try the Herbalac Way to Better Health right away today. Time now for our daily hymn, and we've kind of reached way down in the old song bag and picked out one of the old-time shout numbers they used to sing back in the old country churches. So here comes our song for today. I kind of sing tenor, play the guitar, and everything on it, and we hope all you folks like this good old hymn. I'm on my way to Glory Land. I hear the angels singing, I hear the angels singing, singing on their way to Glory Land. I'm shouting and I'm happy, I'm shouting and I'm happy, shouting on my way to Glory Land. I'm on my way to glory, I'm on my way, I'm on my way to glory, I'm on my way. Oh, hallelujah, I'm shouting on my way, for I'm on my way to Glory Land. I'm praying and I'm happy, I'm praying and I'm happy, praying on my way to Glory Land. Down by the river of Jordan, down by the river of Jordan, I'm on my way to Glory Land. I'm on my way to glory, I'm on my way, I'm on my way to glory, I'm on my way. Oh, hallelujah, I'm shouting on my way, for I'm on my way to Glory Land. We like to add a little novelty number on our program every once in a while so we can get a chuckle or two maybe in our radio audience. So today we picked out one here, got to rock all our babies to sleep. Just show me the lady that never would roam away from her fireside at night. I never go roaming out after the boys, but would sit by the fireside so bright. My wife, she is one of a different kind, often causes me lots of grief. She's off from her home and she leaves me alone to rock all our babies to sleep. Tee-ho-dee, ho-lo-tee, tee-ho-dee, ho-lo-tee, tee-ho-dee, ho-lo-tee, tee-ho-lo-lo. And to rock all our babies to sleep. Why, just the other night, while out for a walk, I happened to stroll down the street, and to my surprise, I saw with my eyes my wife with a man of 6 feet. Now she says it's no harm, don't raise no alarm, don't make any fuss on the street. Then she kicked my shin, and she tickled my chin, and she told me to go in and rock all our babies to sleep. Tee-ho-ho-lo-tee, tee-ho-ho-lee, ho-lo-tee, tee-o-do-lee-tee, tee-o-do-lee. We gotta be going, friends and neighbors. Don't forget to keep hale, hearty, and healthy the Herbalac way. Herbalac in the summertime, winter, spring, and fall. It's good for the entire family, the old folks, kids, and all. Run down, we can slug the system, better health than nationwide. Meet your friends with a red sunshine. Herbalac today. Oh, sure.
Ghost Zone by Marty Ross.
Heather? Heather! Oh, there you are. What are you doing out here?
Just looking up at the stars.
Stars?
I love listening to you and Mum shouting down the phone at one another, but a girl can have too much of a good thing.
I was being shouted at for letting you stay on to see the end of that film.
Crap movie, anyway. These stars are much more interesting.
It's the same stars above your mum's house. Come on, let's go.
Wait, I just want to see
Heather?
I've been watching those stars up there go out, one by one.
Now, a passion for astronomy is a wonderful thing, but so is saving your father from your mother's wrath, so get your stuff.
Look! Can't you see? Can't you feel the air, that tingle?
You have school in the morning.
I had a dream last night.
I've fallen asleep with Marilyn Manson on your headphones, I'll bet.
I was sitting here, just like this, on the swing, looking up at the stars.
Ah, great. That'll be your mum again.
Someone stepped in front of me in the moonlight.
Hello? Jill. How did I know it would be you?
And I saw it was me, looking down at myself.
Yeah, she's right here. She disappeared down to the garden, that's all.
Did you ever have a dream like that? Dad?
We're going to make tracks right now.
Dad? Look.
Hey, spare me the possessiveness. She's my kid, too.
Dad!
What the... What? No, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's okay, sweetheart. It's just a shooting star hitting the atmosphere.
Dad, that's no shooting star.
No, it isn't, is it? What? No, it's nothing, Jill. I'll call you back. Okay, Heather. Come on, into the house. Now! Quickly! Okay, just get in here. Over there, away from the windows.
Dad, what is it?
I don't know, just get over there, now! What? Your mother, I assume. Did she ever take no for an answer? Get back there, Heather!
Look at the light!
Heather, will you just get back?
Dad!
I see.
The TV! The light!
I see!
What do we do, Dad? Dad!
Oh, come on, Dan. Pick it up. Oh, at last. Right, now listen.
Can you hear me? Jill?
What's going on?
There's something...
Dad! Look!
Dan? Heather?
There's something up there.
What?
In the sky. Can't you see it your side of the hill? A light. Look out the window.
A light?
Huge, bright as hell.
Wait. Yeah, I do see something. Way over your side.
I think it's coming straight.
What? Dan? Dan? Can you hear me? Heather? Come on, Dan. Pick up the phone. Pick up the damn phone.
A special report on the
Hey there.
issues raised.
Oh, my baby, you're going to be all right. I know you are. Pick up the phone, one of you.
Explosion north
Wait.
of Tullacart, close to the village of Inchbrae. No details at present on the situation.
Come
there.
on, tell me
But
something for
police
heaven's
in
sake.
Tullacart are advising motorists to avoid the B674 until the situation becomes clearer.
Wonderful. Thanks a lot.
Meanwhile, tonight's sporting results. It was a good night.
Oh, what now? What is going on here tonight? Whoa! What in the name of...
Go back, all of you. The road is closed.
Wait a minute. I have to get...
I'm sorry. No cars past this point.
What's happened here? I have family up in Inchbrae.
And I have my orders. Turn around, please.
That cloud behind the hill, what was it? An explosion?
Not for me to say.
Oh, my daughter is in that village.
Look, all of you, you're going to have to turn back.
Look. Is it a plane? Did a plane crash? Is that it?
Get back in your car now.
My daughter, my ex-husband, they're in the village. I saw a light coming down. My window's shattered 20 miles away. What is it? What has happened?
Get in your car and turn around now.
Get in the car. Okay. Okay.
Careful, she's going to... Stop, or we shoot.
It's okay, sweetheart. I'm right here.
That thing crashed down right out there.
There's nothing to worry about now.
The house.
Never mind about the house.
Oh, I'm hurt, Dad.
I'll stop it hurting. Just in a moment.
Who? Dad. Who's that?
Someone I love very much.
Mum?
No, sweetheart. Not Mum.
No.
Just you lie there. Everything's going to be okay. I'll see to it.
Dad.
Dr. Granger, long time no see. Welcome to Scotland. Flight okay?
Quite a few, certainly. That's a hell of a dust cloud back there.
Isn't it just? So much for our hopes of keeping a lid on this thing.
Well, if things are as hot in there as I think, we ought to have the impact zone to ourselves for a while yet. They said you were flying up someone to guide us through.
Had a problem there. He's on ops in Afghanistan. Can't be here for at least another day.
We can't wait a day.
There has been one stroke of luck. A local just got herself arrested at the roadblock. She guides trips through the mountains hereabouts. Got family up in Inchbrae. I think it might be worth our while acquainting her with the situation here. But first, I think you ought to take a look at what's come through on the satellite. Hello there. Jill, isn't it?
What?
Captain Cairns. I think we met a couple of times, yonks ago. Your husband, Dan, he used to be a corporal at the base here, didn't he?
My ex-husband. I mean, yeah. Yes, he was. He left the army, moved to Inchbrae.
Yes, a bit of a headache tonight, old Inchbrae.
Oh, you're telling me?
Apologies for all this heavy mob stuff, the cell and so on. We're making things up as we go along tonight. How are you feeling?
You mean with God knows what happening to my child, plus some trigger-happy private shooting out the wheels of my car? Oh, not to mention 4 hours in a military cell.
As I say, I'm sorry, but we have a serious situation here.
How serious?
We're not sure yet.
Oh, you must have some idea.
We're working on it and need all the help we can get. We ran a security check on you. You're a mountain guide, aren't you?
So?
Scrambles up the local peaks, that sort of thing.
What has that got to do with any of this?
Please, come with me. Right, Jill. Just through here.
This our mountaineer. What?
They don't all have beards and bobbly hats, it seems.
Please, sit down.
What exactly is this all about?
Sit down, Jill.
I want to know what's happened to my family.
We all want to know what's happened here.
Who the hell are you?
She's signed the Official Secrets Act.
I've taken her through all the paperwork, yes.
I only signed the damn thing so I could get some kind of answer off you. Now, what is going on?
Allow me to introduce Dr. Elizabeth Granger.
Oh, Beth, please.
Oh, very matey. Who are you?
Dr. Granger is an expert on the effects of radiation.
Radiation?
4 hours ago, all radar systems in this hemisphere went haywire for, 6 seconds.
6.75.
When everything came back online, something very big was plunging through our atmosphere. It impacted about a mile outside this village, Inchbrae.
What was it?
We don't know.
One possibility is that it was some kind of ballistic weapon.
A missile? Who'd fire a missile at Inchbrae?
No one we can think of.
We disagree on that hypothesis. This thing descended from too high up with no upward course tracked anywhere in the world.
Still, we can't be sure.
Well, my reckoning is it was a meteor, causing a kind of impact fairly frequent in Earth's history. It's just that the human race had the good luck not to be around on most of the previous occasions.
So, the villagers in Inchbrae, what's happened to them?
Good question.
Then answer it!
Jill?
Look, let me start by telling you how sceptical I am that anyone so close to such an impact could have survived.
They're dead.
Not necessarily.
What?
Why don't you step along the corridor with us?
Okay, one more prints out on the first one.
Any developments?
No, sir. Clouds closed over tight.
Well, let's just take another look at what did come through.
What is this? I just want a straight answer.
We don't have any of those. Not just yet.
Okay, play it back. Now take a look at the screen here.
Just a tick.
Now this is very quick, so watch carefully.
Here we go.
There. Freeze it.
What's that?
A satellite image, taken about an hour ago.
Of an area 1 mile from the impact point. A slight shift in the dust cloud gave us a couple of seconds of visibility.
It's the village. Inchbrae.
It does seem to be.
Look! It's still standing. Doesn't even look damaged.
No, it doesn't, does it?
The people there. You think they're alive?
I think we should get in there and find out. Sharpish. We've got a squad of 60 men suiting up right now. But before they go galumphing in, we need a smaller team to scout ahead. Define a route through the mess that's been made of the landscape.
We have in mind a team of 3, about an hour in front of the others.
And Dr. Granger has volunteered already. I'll be in command.
And where do I come into this? Oh, let me guess.
We need a mountain guide.
Now scan through those pictures of the outer cloud, will you?
Sure thing.
And take a look. These other pictures suggest major landslide damage to the valley road.
And a helicopter isn't going to be able to navigate beyond the dust cloud's edge.
And the granite of these mountain passes ought to offer a more solid footing. You must know every one of them backwards.
But you do think they might still be alive?
We have to get in there, Jill. At first light. That's the only way we're going to know.
And we need to know fast.
Right. So, let's get ready.
Can't take you more than another couple of miles, sir.
All right. And let's check all this hardware.
It's that hardware in your pack I'm most nervous of.
Just don't go patting me on the back.
What's that?
A little bit of extra equipment. Quite safe at the moment.
From the look of things down there, we're set for a bumpy landing.
Look at it. Forests knocked flat. Cratered fields. Look! A farmhouse. What's left of one?
Our people have checked this area, Jill. If anyone could have been got out, then they're out already.
But we're not even in the cloud yet.
It's the classic Tunguska pattern.
What?
The Russian meteor.
Yes. Tunguska, Siberia, 1908. Last time the Earth took a meteor hit on this scale.
What happened to the people there?
It was the middle of Siberia. No towns or villages in the impact zone. maybe the odd hunter or nomad tribe. It was 20 years before any investigation was made. They found this damage pattern.
But did they find anyone living?
After 20 years, maybe there was no one there to begin with.
Well, there's people in this impact zone. And I hope you're not going to be distracted by marvelling at patterns among fallen trees.
Hey, just get us in there. I'll show you the difference I can make to anyone stuck in this mess. It won't be the first time.
Dr. Granger!
What's it?
We're coming into land. Let's concentrate on the matter at hand. Everybody all right? Breathing equipment okay?
Check. Radiation sensors.
Bright red on mine.
Jill? Yeah, check.
Okay. Head to the dust cloud. Let's orientate ourselves.
It's what you'd expect. Debris craters, trees, rocks, bits of fence thrown around. Is that... sheep? Yeah. Dead sheep. We can expect to be wading through a lot of them. It's like the moon.
The moon in a pea soup fog? What about those points of orange glow? Flames?
Yes. Scraps of tree. Other vegetable matter. Still on fire.
We're going to need to be on infrared. Where the valley twists round the hill, there seems to be a lot still burning.
That's our landslide. What about the hills here? Jill, there's a saddle. There was a saddle up there between those two. I don't know. Looks like a lot of tumbled rock. The easiest contour lines over there. Used to be, anyway.
Wait! I'll set down one of these beacons. Now then. That's it.
High-tech trail of breadcrumbs.
More or less. Lead the way, Jill.
Careful. This used to be a half-hour climb.
You okay back there? Dr. Granger?
I'm okay. Okay. Mountaineering wasn't part of my PhD. We're almost there. Just here, it should level off. We can pick our way down to the valley on the other side.
Let's have a stop here. I need to fix another beacon. There.
All this rock here. It's odd.
Odd?
With a meteor impact, I'd expect to see fragments that were plainly non-terrestrial. And this is all Highland granite.
What's that?
It was just ahead through the pass here. Rock slide? Don't know. Thought I saw... This infrared, it blurs everything. Wait, there's something.
What?
Something moving. What is that?
What did you see?
I don't know. It went...
Get back!
What is it? I don't know. All these rocks, I can't make out.
There!
No, don't shoot! What was it?
Heaven knows.
It was a stag.
What?
A stag. Monarch of the Glen? That's impossible. A stag couldn't be galloping about in this atmosphere. Then it was an impossible stag. Come on, we need to get to Inchbrae. Now. Oh, wait a minute.
I take it this is our crater.
Whatever it was, it landed here.
What do you reckon to the width of that thing? Couple of football pitches?
Take a look at the depth. Down there. That's where the real answers are. Oh, watch yourself. The ground here. It's pure ash. There must be some meteor fragments around here. Oh!
Get a hold of her!
Wait a minute. I'm okay. Whoa!
Come on, back here.
Oh, all right. Let's just mark the site for future reference.
Gotcha.
I know where we are. Under this ash. Burnt heather. This was the grouse moor. Inchbrae should be just this way.
Jill! Wait! Dr. Granger, please.
I'm coming. I'm coming. Oh, damn it.
Be careful.
The dust cloud. So thick down this end of the valley. Are you picking up anything with your infrared? I thought I saw something. Oh, for heaven's sake.
What?
My radiation sensor on the blink. Wait a minute. Oh, that's it. Anyway, yeah, it was over... Oh, no. There it goes again.
Well, my sensor's okay. Still red as... Oh, well, there's mine gone.
I think the radiation has to be still off the scale. Now the Geiger counter's bust.
What?
How come 2 sensors and a... What about your sensor, Jill? Well, take a look. Still giving me the red eye? No. No, it's not. Just let me step past you. Well, there it is, working again. Let me try the counter. Now that's working too. Let's see what happens when I head back your way. Oh, there they both go, sensor and counter. What does that mean? It's like a borderline. One side a high count, the other, nothing.
Which means what? No radiation this side, or just duff equipment?
4 separate pieces of equipment can't all break down at the same spot, can they? Wait. The cloud, it's clearing. Is that sunlight?
Looks like grass.
Grass? Yeah. How's this? Inchbrae, nothing's picking up any radiation. No, not a rem. Even this dust on our suits, no reading at all. It's like, I don't know, instant decontamination. Look, listen. Birds! Birds! It's all right.
Jill!
Jill, keep your helmet on!
Oh, that sweet Highland air.
Put the helmet on, straight away.
Try taking yours off. See how good it feels.
Still not picking up any radiation? Maybe it's worth a try.
Dr. Granger, put your helmet back on.
Every indicator we have says there's no radiation. And what do you know? Feels like a nice morning.
Dr. Granger, you are jeopardizing this operation.
I'm a scientist. We proceed by experiment.
Well, I'm not walking around here without a helmet.
Good. You can be our control.
You're what? Damn it. What is going on here? Hello? Anybody? here? Well, the village is still standing. Just don't seem to be any villagers in it.
Place hardly looks damaged. Just sitting here in this weird light. The dust cloud all around.
Those houses look like they've taken a beating.
You think so?
Looks like it to me.
A meteor blasts out that crater we saw a mile up the road. And there's a few broken windows, the odd injured garden gnome.
Look, it's Inchbrae. It survived. That's all that matters. Come on, we've got to get...
Get down! Get down! Over there!
No, don't shoot!
That wall there! The churchyard! Get over it! Now! Down here! And this too! Behind it!
They're frightened. They must think we're God knows what. We have to let them know that we're friends.
Maybe you could pop into the vestry and put on the kettle.
Kettle's already boiled. Drop the gun, whoever you are.
Dan?
Hey there, sweetheart. I never did care for your choice of friends, did I?
Dan? Dan Collins? It's me, David Cairns. Captain Cairns. We met once or twice down at the base at Tullochart.
Captain Cairns?
Yes. Sorry about the confusion.
You're not Cairns.
What?
Step over here, Jill. Away from those other two.
What's going on here?
This village is looking after itself. Drop your gun, Captain, whatever you are.
Maybe I'll hang on to it.
Lads.
Right here, Dan.
Farming community, Captain. They're not short of guns. Less flash than yours, but they'll do the trick.
Dan.
Drop the gun. And the pistol, too. Jamie, lad, pick them up. Good. Formalities concluded. Let me welcome you to Inchbrae.
Dan, what's this all about?
Invasion. You two. Move.
In Ghost Zone by Marty Ross, Jill Logan was played by Gay Ann Potter, Dr. Beth Granger by Joanna Tope, Captain Cairns, Sandy Nielsen, Dan Collins, Simon Tate, Heather Logan, Leslie Hart, the Soldier, Stevie Hannon, and the Technician by John Paul Hurley. Other parts were played by members of the cast. The director was Bruce Young.
Did these things, we dedicate this program, The Dam Busters, presented by the author himself, Paul Brickhill, dramatized by Morris West, an Australasian radio production.
Good evening, this is Paul Brickhill speaking. The training of 617 Squadron for the dam-busting raid was tough and highly concentrated, and this caused many to wonder, because the hand-picked air crews were already highly trained and experienced operational flyers. Security was so tight that in all the squadron, only the commander, Guy Gibson, knew the purpose of it all. He knew, too, that Wallace's freak bomb was just about ready for use. Naturally, he was anxious and impatient as he awaited the next stage in the evolution of his crack squadron. It came early in May as Gibson and Martin watched the strange-looking aircraft fly into Scampton Aerodrome.
Will you look at that crate? Guy, will you just look at it?
Yeah. Well, it's a Lank, all right, Mickey, but they've stripped off one of the turrets. Some of the armor's gone. The bomb doors, too. There's a hell of a lot of junk under the belly.
Yeah. Looks as though she'll walk better than she'll fly. Just a minute. That wouldn't be the sort of thing we'll be using, would it?
Yes, I'm afraid it would, Mickey. This is the first delivery.
Oh, no.
Yep. You'll be taking it out for a test run and spot a bombing practice at Reculver tomorrow.
Nice of you to tell me, Guy. Listen, do you always have to play this thing so close to your chest?
Look, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be secretive. I've got my orders and I'm just trying to carry them out.
Oh, look, Guy, you're tired. You're edgy. If you don't watch it, you won't be in any shape to direct an operation. And besides, about that swelling on your face. Looks like a boil or a carbuncle.
I know what it is.
You should see the doc about it. Things like that can turn nasty, particularly when you're a little below par.
Yes, I know. I'm worried about it myself. I can't get my oxygen mask on.
Well, for Pete's sake, go and see the M.O.
All right, Mickey, I will. Let's go look at this flying junkie. So I took Mickey's advice and I tootled off to the M.O. He took one look at this thing and said, "Mr. Gibson, that's a carbuncle."
Do tell.
Well, I knew that, and then he cocked an eyebrow at me and said, "Mr. Gibson, this sort of thing shows you're overworked. You'll have to take a fortnight's holiday." Somehow.
Well, how about a couple of weeks' leave for the whole squadron, eh?
Yeah, buy me a beer and I'll take it up with their ministry.
Yeah?
What the hell happened, Mickey?
Oh, I was out on the bombing run at Reculver.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah, I came in a bit low on the run, and when the bombs hit, the water spouted up and kicked back in my elevator. Well, we were trying to fly at 60 feet, like you told us, and she dipped heavily, and I had just enough control to get her nose off the water.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, Mickey. It's pretty dicey. We'll have to watch that. Listen, bring it up at the next training meeting, will you? It could be very important. Well, how do the kites handle?
Oh, pretty good. A bit heavy on the controls, and the performance is down, but, well, I reckon they'll do.
Oh,
Come on, Gibson, sir.
Oh, yes, Bennett, what is it?
Message from the signal officer, just coming.
Oh, thanks. Uh-oh.
What's up, Guy?
The AOC wants to see me first thing in the morning. Looks like things might begin to warm up.
Take a look at these, Gibson. They're photographs of the dam.
The manor?
Yes, that's right. The dam. Photographic reconnaissance mosquitoes been bringing them in for 3 days now. And, Gibson, the things we're most interested in are these shadows here. See? Along the top of the dam here.
Oh, yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See?
I see. What do the experts say about these?
A stunt. Oh, they've enlarged them, blown the photos up as large as they can. They've measured the shadows, and, well, they're still, well, just shadows. The only conclusion seems to be their new gun positions.
Yes, I was afraid that's what it might have been. It means we'll get a hotter reception than we want.
Right. But it means more than that, Gibson. It means there's a security leak somewhere.
Well, we'll get the security boys checking and double-checking. That's the best I can do, sir. You know how these things are. There's nothing you can actually, put your finger on.
Yes, I know only too well how things are. And by the way, tomorrow your bombs will arrive. Now, see that you have a cordon of guards ready for the unloading, and keep them there until the bombs are loaded onto the aircraft.
It's getting closer.
It's closer than you think, Gibson. Well, now let's stroll down and talk to Satterley. By the way, did you bring Pickard with you?
Oh, yes, sir. He's waiting outside.
Oh, fine. I'll bring him in, then. He's a very good man on flak positions. We'll need him to plot the course.
These red blotches represent known flak.
Yes.
We've got to plot a course that'll give us as little flak as possible and also keep us as far away as possible from the night fighter airfields. You see, now, let's work on two separate routes. The first one cuts across Holland between Valkern and Scowen.
Oh, I see, yes.
There, you see. And that takes you between the night fighter airfields here and here. And brings you out near Ham, where you cut south to the Marne Dam.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. It's about the best we can do, I suppose.
Let's take a look at the second zone. Here, we cut north over Wieland and across the Zuider Zee. There's no flak there. Then you hit a point slightly northwest of Wesel and join Route 1 for the run down to the Marne.
Oh, just here.
Just there.
I
yeah?
see.
Now, on the homeward run...
Careful with that thing, boys. Might go off in your faces.
How's the loading going, Doc?
Ah, fair enough, Mickey. It's a bit messy, though. None of the release fittings are standard. The bomb's an outsized job.
Just exactly how do these bombs work, Doc?
I know as much as you do, Mickey. Sweet Fanny Adams.
Well, what do they pay the armourers for?
Answering silly questions from air crew.
Pull your head in, Doc. I'm going up inside to check her over.
Jesus, what's that? The running bomb's fallen off. Get out of here. It might have fused itself. It'll go off in less than a minute. Hop on the trolley, Martin. Get the hell out of here. Phew. Well, nothing's happened so far. The release wire must have been faulty. She was going off, she'd have blown long ago. All right, you can come out now. The flap's over.
Now, what do they pay the armourers for, Doc?
Saving the necks of no-goods like you. I never saw a hero scoot so fast in all my life.
Can I come in?
Yes, come in.
You wanted to see me, Guy?
Yes, sit down. Want a cigarette, Mickey?
Thanks. Well, what did you want to see me about?
It's getting close.
Uh-huh.
I've got the routes plotted now. I want you to have a look at them. The routes. Number 1, number 2.
Yeah, but what about the targets?
Sorry, Mickey, not yet.
Oh.
But that's how we get in and that's how we get out.
I see, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can I do the flak there?
Factory. In trouble here, all right?
Yes, I know that one.
Fighter base.
Well, we might get...
Factory there. A bit more trouble here, huh? Well, a ruddy lot of flack about, isn't there?
Well, there's nothing much more we can do about it. As you can see, there are very few alternatives, and well, all of them have some drawbacks, like night fighters, you know, out of range or something like that.
Well, when's it to be, Guy?
Any day now. Just a matter of tying everything together.
The boys are getting jumpy.
I don't blame them. I'm getting jumpy myself. Any trouble?
Not really. Some of them are hitting the hops a bit too hard.
I'll have a talk to them and get them to lay off. Anything else?
Oh, well, Dave Shannon's had a row with his girl.
Man.
Yeah. You understand it, of course. Yeah. He's been shooting a pretty heavy line there, and just when he needs a shoulder to cry on, poor Davy can't open his mouth.
Aren't you going to say something, David?
What?
Don't you think you've sulked long enough?
I'm not sulking. I'm waiting for you to explain why you stood me up last night.
I stood you up because you were bad-tempered and bad-mannered. And I don't have to take that, David.
Oh, all right, darling. I was bad-tempered and bad-mannered. I'm sorry. Look, darling, it's no fun for either of us fighting like this. Can't we just be ourselves? We were having a good time. We were getting a kick out of life.
I know that. And then what happened? All of a sudden we were at each other's throats.
Well, it's not my fault.
It's not mine either. Look, David, is something worrying you?
No. The usual.
What do you mean, the usual?
What do you think's the usual around these parts? Waiting for the balloon to go up, waiting for the briefing call on the tannoy, wondering how you'll make out when the first flak hits, wondering whether you'll get the chop this time or the next time or the one after. That's the usual.
Oh, David, I'm sorry. I should have known. You're waiting for something, aren't you? I can feel it. All of 617 is waiting for it.
Yes, that's right, darling.
Something big?
Yes.
Can you tell me about it?
I want to tell you, but I can't. But I can tell you this, and I wouldn't tell it to another living soul. I'm scared, Anne. I'm scared as I've never been scared before.
Everybody else is scared too.
Doesn't help much, sweetheart. Like saying everybody else has got to die when you're waiting for the chopper to come down on your own neck.
Don't, David, please.
I'm sorry, Anne, darling. Really, I'm sorry.
Look, David. There's somebody coming home.
Mm-hmm.
He's been out tonight and he's nearly home. You'll come home like that.
To you, Anne?
Yes, David. To me.
It was understandable that David Shannon should become nervy. Despite his operational experience, he was still very young to face up to the strain of waiting for something big and dangerous to happen, and having no inkling of what it was. In this, he was only like the rest of his squadron. The strain was telling on all of them, although they reacted in different ways.
Oh, why don't they tell us something? I'm sick of sitting around on my backside waiting for something to happen.
Take it easy, son. Take it easy. We're the lost squadron, didn't you know? Nobody tells us anything until it's all over.
That's all right for you, Mickey. You've been in this thing up to the neck. The rest of us have been stooging around in the dark like bats.
Then you better rub the sleep out of your eyes. You're going to need them wide open.
Well, the boss has been scooting back and forth to headquarters for the last couple of days. You can hardly get a civil word out of him. There's a flap on all right, and we must be getting pretty close to zero. Odds on we're going to have a crack at the Turpits.
Oh, no. In that case, I'd better make a new will. My girl turned me down flat the other day.
Now, what's the matter with you boys? Getting cold feet or something?
Attention all aircrew. Attention all aircrew. All pilots, navigators and bomb aimers of 617 report to briefing room immediately. All pilots, navigators and bomb aimers of 617 report to briefing room immediately.
What's this?
This is it, boys! This is it! Come on, get cracking! Yeah, right.
Well, go ahead, Gibson. Tell them.
All right, chaps. This is the news you've been waiting for. You're going to have a chance to hit the Germans harder than a small force has ever done before. Very soon, we're going to attack the major dams of Western Germany.
Well, at least it isn't the flippin' Turpits.
That again.
Right, now here are your targets. There's the Myrna Dam, there's the Edda, and there's the Sorpe. As you see, they're all just east of the Ruhr. We'll go in 2 waves, with a 3rd wave in reserve. The first wave will attack the Mona. The second wave will attack the Sauper. Now, those of the first wave who have not bombed will then attack the Ada. Well, that's about all for the moment. You'll get detailed instructions later. Now, I want to introduce to you Mr. Barnes Wallace, who first thought up the idea and who designed the bombs which you're going to carry. Mr. Wallace, gentlemen.
Gentlemen, I should like to tell you first the object of these raids. The 3 dams which Wing Commander Gibson has pointed out to you.
We can't hear you at the back.
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. The 3 dams which Wing Commander Gibson has pointed out to you supply most of the power for the heavy industries in the Ruhr. If these dams can be burst, German heavy industry will be crippled beyond repair. The surrounding countryside will be flooded so that food production will be drastically reduced. There'll be no electric light, and military roads and bridges will be washed away. If you succeed in your task, I believe the war will be shortened by at least a year. Probably more. Now, you've all been trained in the manner of aiming and dropping the bombs, and I should like to tell you something more about them. They're queer-looking things, I know, but they were designed to do this job and no other. Now, if you look at the blackboard, you'll see how, when the bomb enters the water, it plunges downward to meet the base of the retaining wall of the dam. It explodes on impact, and a shock wave is built up in the water, sufficiently strong to crack the wall of the dam and burst it open. That's why your aiming must be dead accurate. If your bomb falls too far back, the shock wave will not be sufficiently strong to break the wall. If you aim too far forward, the bomb will hit the top of the wall and will quite literally blow up in your face. You'll be flying at 60 feet, remember. Well, that's all I have to tell you, gentlemen.
Well, any questions, chaps?
Oh, yes. Our route takes us pretty close to a synthetic rubber factory at Hulls. It's a hot spot. I nearly bought it there 3 months ago.
You're always nearly buying it there.
Oh, well, if we go in lower, I think it might upset things.
Yes, yes, I see what you mean. Well, now, if you think it's a bit too close to Hulls, we'll bring the course down a bit, say to, about here. You'd all better be very, very careful here. The gap isn't too wide. You navigators will have to watch it.
What sort of defences are there on the dams themselves?
Oh, we're a bit worried about them. We've had a lot of photos taken, but they haven't told us much. So far as we know, the defences are confined to light flak.
Any balloons, sir?
Well, up to yesterday, the nearest ones were around a small factory 12 miles away. We don't expect any.
Are there any nets on the lake?
Yes, standard torpedo booms.
Oh, will they be effective against the bombs?
Not a bit. Not a bit.
That's something, isn't it?
Now, over here, I want you to come round, gather round here.
Yeah, right.
Models of the 3 dams. I want you to look at these until your eyes stick out, and you've got every detail photographed in your mind. Then go away and draw them from memory. Then come back and check your drawings. Correct them. Then go away and do them again until they're absolutely perfect. All right, chaps. You've got enough here to keep you busy till 1500 hours. I'll see you all then.
Well, Gibson?
The boys are working over their first briefing, sir. When do we go?
If the weather's right, you go tomorrow night.
I see.
Not a word of this to anybody else. We can't afford a security risk at this stage.
No, sir.
I want to fix on a code word which will signal the success of the attack.
Why not call it nigger?
Nigger? Oh, well, it's as good as any. What's the reason?
Well, it's my dog's name, sir. Kind of mascot.
Hmm.
I can't take him on the raid, but I'd like to think he was with us in spirit.
All right, Gibson. Nigger it is. No need to tell you. We'll all be on tenterhooks waiting for it in the ops room.
Yes. You want anything else, sir?
No. Just radio, the one word. Nigger.
Well, chaps, how are you going?
Okay. So, what do you reckon's the best way in over the dam, Skipper?
Well, the first thing is to get the final line of attack. Just here. Yes, that's the spot. Make a wide, low circuit, come in over the spit, then we're right. Anything else?
No, that's all.
Right. Now buzz off and eat. But lay off the grog and keep your mouth shut. Not a whisper to your own crews.
When do we go, Skipper?
Tomorrow night. Now, I say it again, chaps. Keep your mouths shut. If there's one slip and the Germans get to hear of it, you won't be coming back tomorrow night. All right, that's all.
Skipper?
Oh, yes, Mickey, what's it?
I hate to tell you this, Skipper, but Nigger's just been run over by a car outside the camp. He was killed instantly.
Oh. I see.
Care for a beer?
No, thanks. I'd better go and see about having him buried.
Hey there, Mickey.
Hi, Toby.
Now, come on, Mickey, give. There's a flap on, isn't there?
Oh, just a small one.
Well, what is it? They never tell us gunners and wireless ops.
Nothing. More training, that's all. You'll hear about it tomorrow.
Training? Oh, I don't believe it. It can't be.
It's true.
Will you swear it?
I swear it.
Oh, I need a drink. What are you having?
Shandy for me.
Shandy? And we're any training tomorrow? Martin, you're the biggest ruddy liar on this station.
Come in.
I thought you might like a drink, Guy. I brought one up.
Oh, thanks, Mickey. Listen.
Yeah?
Thanks.
Happy landings.
Happy landings.
Sorry about Nigger, Guy.
No. It's one of those things. He wouldn't have felt anything, must have died immediately. You know, whoever ran him down didn't even bother to stop.
Oh, don't take it too hard. You know, the boys are depending on you tomorrow, sort of.
I'll be all right when the flap's on. Makes you think, though, doesn't it? Even the ruddy dog gets the chop when he doesn't expect it.
Oh, forget it, Guy. You've got a lucky number. When this is over, you can give the game away. We all can.
Yeah. Well, I'm due for a spotted leave, anyway.
Where are you going to take it?
Oh, Wales, I think. Oh, around the mountains. Should be some good fishing.
Never was much of a fisherman myself. Still, for them that likes it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of chatter in the mess, but the boys are keeping their mouths shut.
Oh, good.
Oh, like another drink?
No, thanks. You run along, Mickey. I'll turn in shortly.
Here, take these.
What's this?
Doctor's orders. Sleeping pills for all air crews. We won't get much sleep tomorrow night.
No, I suppose not. Well, good night, Vicky.
Always a pleasure to have you join us here on Sunday night with Old Time Radio. We hope that you'll always make time on Sunday night to visit with us. We broadcast from 8 to 11 p.m. Central Time. As always, sleep tight. This is a production of Lobato Studios, Sao Paulo, Brazil.